good. Kick is up, has the accuracy, and it is good. Jake Bates. Throwing right side, and it's going to be intercepted. Return past the 15, past the 20, out past the 30. Has space down the sideline. 40, 35, 30. And he is gone. A pick six for Houston. Snap good, hold good, kick up. And it is straight down the middle. Looking to throw, rolls out right. Throws end zone. Touchdown San Antonio. Cody Latimer alone in the end zone. They take a 1-point lead with 3 seconds left. 52-yarder, left hash for the win. Snap good, hold good, kick up, and it's drilled. Miami escapes week 1 with the win. Jason Sanders is looking to throw. Pass right side, wide open. Touchdown Drake London. Touchdown Drake London. Atlanta has tied this game and are an extra point away from taking the lead. Needing the 12-yard line. Handoff, Robinson left side. And going to be stuffed. A loss of 4, maybe 5 on the play. And with 50 seconds to go, the Chiefs have the ball. And most likely that does it. Ball on the 17.5-yard line. Looking to throw. Stepping up, throwing for the end zone. And caught. Touchdown Green Bay. Dontavian Wicks. 56 seconds to play. The Packers are within 3. 6:17 to play in overtime. Tua shotgun, back to his left. 3 receivers to the right, bunched up. Tua to throw. Pass time. Plenty of time. Pass. End zone, left side. Jonnu Smith. Touchdown Miami. They're gonna win. Let's go, baby. Here, back behind him. 3 receiving options to the left. Gonna send Smith in motion. Toss left side for Saquon Barkley. Good blocking and room to run. Pass midfield, spinning his way. Pass the 35 to 30. 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, and the Eagles respond instantly. Saquon Barkley. Oh my, making his presence felt. 1 play, 60 yards, 3rd and 9 from the 35. Mahomes looking to throw. Quick pass left side, caught by Piron. Has room to run. First down and more. Down to about the 17. And he stays in bounds. That will do it. The Kansas City Chiefs have escaped the Bills and have punched their ticket. Hello, and welcome. UFL season is coming to a close, and this should be a pretty damn good way for it to come to a close. Let's make sure the game was all set up properly. I think there's some. There we go. That looks slightly better. But welcome in. So as you can tell by title, thumbnail, and now in the bottom corner here, we're also going to be having Game 5 of the Panthers and Oilers on tonight alongside this game. The UFL game is the main focus. That's just also on, so we can keep an eye on it. I have my Panther jersey on as well. For those that were here a few weeks back when it was the second round of the NHL playoffs and it was Panthers-Leafs Game 6, I had to do the same thing for that game, but we didn't have the score or anything, but we do for this one. But yeah, the main focus though is between DC and Michigan. This should be a fantastic game. Hopefully it's just better than last year's championship, which was a 25-0 snorefest. This one, the DC Defenders coming in after a great win against St. Louis last week to make this game. And they're looking to get revenge. The first time these two teams met, it was not the best of games. Michigan handled that one pretty easily, but hopefully in this one, it's a little bit closer, a little bit tighter. Michigan, though, is a team that is riding hot on every single cylinder, basically, it feels. I mean, they have the MVP, they have the Offensive Player of the Year. They're a team that just feels like the offense cannot really be fully stopped, especially with Bryce Perkins under center, but we shall see. Yeah, you definitely said DC to win, which, again, I would not be shocked if that's the case either. It's more so just, again, to me, it is really tough to see a world where Michigan gets completely shut down. And I feel like that's what would need to happen for DC to win this game. I want to say the point spread's like 2.5, but I could very easily be wrong about that. Let me see. It is Michigan -3, so Michigan is the favorite. Might as well be 2.5. But yeah, so Michigan is the favorite. I'm not surprised by that. Oh, DC got the shield they're bringing out here. That old 2020 logo. All right, bringing that back. I love to see it. I was looking through a bunch of logos earlier today because I had to get this Panther logo down here for the NHL game. And I was like, let me see if I could find a better Michigan logo. I ended up just cutting the Panther head out of the main logo that I got. But I also got up to the DC logo. But the 2020 DC Brandon was okay. I think they've done a better job in the UFL. But that's complete side points of all that. This game's kicking off here shortly. We have like 20 minutes until puck drop between the Panthers and Oilers. I did. This is my Florida Panthers jersey because Game 5 is tonight at the same time. So I have the XFL one that I would normally wear off to the side here. I just figured I'm gonna have an eye on this Panther game. I'm gonna wear it. I wore it a few weeks ago. I wore it during Game 6 between the Panthers and the Maple Leafs, as that game intersected with some UFL action, so I wore it then as well. Because yeah, it's Thursday night was not a fun night to be a Florida Panther fan. That game was so fucking frustrating to watch. But now it's a best of 3, so we'll see how that goes. As DC is ready to exit out the tunnel, being led by Coach of the Year, Shannon Harris. And pretty much the only way he does not return to DC next year is if he chooses to go elsewhere. He's 100% going to be back if he wants to be. I highly doubt that DC does not bring him back. And yeah, hockey can be really stressful. Having a 3-0 lead after one period of play, and then blowing it in overtime did not feel good. The DC defenders have taken the field, and now here come the Michigan Panthers. Yeah, the Panthers already listed home team for this game, but they're wearing their road uniforms, which you have to admit, I do like a lot of what the Panthers brand have going on here. But led by MVP, rightfully so. Offensive Player of the Year, different story about if he should have gotten it on or not. But Bryce Perkins, you know, when they got a WWE belt, that's cool. I can't tell who. But again, Michigan been having one hell of a year this year. I've for as much as Birmingham and their reign of dominance was really fun to watch at times, I think it's only right that this is the year to get 2 new teams in it. Because hopefully with 2 new teams and the game on ABC, we're able to get a little bit of a tighter matchup. Although I will say, if this was Birmingham St. Louis as the matchup, the TV ratings would have gone crazy, the attendance would have gone crazy. But I do at the end of the day feel like these are the 2 most complete teams that made it. Or at least to some degree. With DC, again, they're very pass happy, whereas St. Louis was very run happy. So kind of prefer that DC made it over that. But besides point. As there goes the Michigan Panthers, finally running out the tunnel, joined by Sam Acho as their designated sideline reporter. In what should be a dogfight of a game. Yeah, I'm not shocked that the crowd is this sparsely filled out. I mean that's what happens when you really bank on St. Louis making the championship. Is when they don't, the crowd's not gonna follow with it. But at the same time, St. Louis does make the most sense as a championship location if you're not going to allow Canton to have it. And also, we were talking about it in like 2 or 3 weeks ago about how this stadium's gonna need a bunch of renovations. They have started that process. 54 million of renovations are gonna come, I believe, this summer in these coming months. Is when they'll start, which is a good thing because boy, do they need renovations on the stadium. Yep, national anthem and all that going on. I was really hoping tonight's game 5 between this game here that was going to be a chance for the Panthers to lift the cup. I was really hoping, and it was so close to being the case because I have it's small, but I have a replica Stanley Cup right over here that I was so ready to like have on my desk tonight for when the Panthers win it to also raise it, but for a later date. Hopefully to get to this year again. Yep, still waiting for kickoff. Also waiting for puck drop. I think there's only like 10 minutes until puck drops, which is crazy to me. We shall see. I would still imagine that the crowd is like above league average here in St. Louis tonight. I would still imagine that's the case. Just because they do have good fan turnout one way or another. We're at commercial break now for the UFL championship and at the commercial break for the Stanley Cup. As we are slowly waiting for the start of both of these games. And neither game, I mean, again, it's moments like this where I'm really happy that for the UFL, I am completely impartial to it. I could not imagine how stressed I would be tonight if I had both the Florida Panthers and the UFL team to root for tonight. Like, that would not be a fun night for me. Especially if both teams end up eating shit tonight. But hope. I will say this though. I am pulling for obviously. I mean, I'm pulling for both Panthers. I want it to be a good night for the Cats. But again, I don't really care who wins the UFL championship. I just want a really good game. The Florida Panthers need to win this one tonight. Showing another highlight reel before that one. Okay. The Oilers are going with Calvin Pickard in net tonight, so their backup goalie, who's been playing pretty well these playoffs and played well enough on Thursday night to get that come from behind win. Hopefully we can find a weakness tonight. But we'll see. And again, for those tuning in, I'll be keeping an eye on the Florida Panther Edmonton Oilers game 5. But still, the main focus is going to be the UFL championship. That's what we're doing a play-by-play for. So keeping it fair, but during commercial breaks and stoppages of play, you'll see me looking up and keeping an eye on that game. And if these other past 4 games of this series will show. We're probably gonna have overtime tonight, which means that by late tonight, that game will end up being the main focus. I like that idea of having it be a team with best record hosting it, but I feel like that can also come with a lot of pushback. The idea of a neutral site is not a bad idea. It just you need to pick the right neutral site. And if anything, I feel like you can use this championship game in a neutral site to test the waters for other football markets. That's where like this deck, maybe not, maybe definitely not last year's, but this year's definitely should have been in like a Columbus / Canton, so maybe somewhere out west, but definitely should have been in like a potential new market, which a lot of a good chunk of chairmans did speak about expansion yesterday. Seems like that everything is still kind of on pace as is, and there's no like real timeline for it. But we'll see. There's clear signs that they want that to happen soon, and it kind of needs to happen soon. So we'll get into coin toss here. The TNT broadcast just messed up. One of the cameras DC, I guess, in the TNT broadcast for that game. I believe DC won the coin toss, meaning Michigan will get the ball first. But we'll see. I'm prepared to change that stuff around if need be. As much as I don't want to put much blame on Bob for the series being at 2-2, there's been a few saves in these past 4 games that I feel like are ones that Bob needs to make at this point. So hopefully he locks in a bit tonight. But Edmonton is one of those teams where they're tough to stop. As kickoff begins momentarily, yeah, Edmonton's doing their pregame stuff. That's why the lighting right now is. We're waiting kickoff still, waiting the puck drop. Kickoff should happen in like 2 minutes, I would imagine. We've done the coin toss. Teams are hitting the field. Teamu is warming up. And yeah, but it does seem like that DC is going to be sending this one down to begin. So Michigan will get ball first in the UFL championship, a new spring football. The crown of spring football, better way to phrase it, the crown of spring football will be dished out to a new team for basically the first time in 3 years. Because even though like Birmingham won the first 2 and it was still USFL and XFL separately, all the attention during those years were still on Birmingham and their fantastical runs. So the crown of spring football can be dished out to a new team tonight. We shall see how that will go. And at the same time, a massive game 5 happening. Timing could not be better. Alright, they're just now doing the national anthems in Edmonton, so we got time before before puck drops there. As we're seeing Teamu hyping up DC as we await for kickoff still. Should be happening shortly. I mean, we're already 17 minutes past. I expect this out of the NHL. We have Michigan will be getting ball first in this one. as Matt McCrane is set to send this one down. And the UFL Championship has begun. Kickoff underway. Going to be returned beginning from the 5-yard line. Trying to find some room down that right side, up past the 30 and brought down near the 33. And Bryce Perkins, league MVP, former Los Angeles Ram, Super Bowl champion during his time in Los Angeles, will take the field. As we'll see what he has in store tonight. He's been playing really, really well this season. The question is, can he keep it up for one more game? He's going to have NFL teams vying for him as soon as this one ends. So we'll see if he can get the job done. Perkins in shotgun back to his right. 3 receivers to the right as well. Going to send receiver in motion. As Perkins' first play can be a pass right side. That's caught by Malik Turner. Going to make one man miss, makes a second, and going to get down for a gain of 5 up to the 38. So that's how we begin things tonight. The good old RPO action that Michigan loves to run. They have found a lot of success on the RPO this year. Going to be one of their go-to style of plays in this one. As Perkins in shotgun back to his right. 3 receiving options to the right as well. As Perkins going to hand us the pass right side that's caught by Malik Turner and going to get a first down in a gain of roughly 10. And once again, there is that RPO. And then that's the more traditional RPO. That's kind of more so go-to RPO. Where you have that sit route on that right side alongside a slant. Or not a slant, but a flat. And then you can either hand it off or Perkins can also keep it himself. That's their go-to RPO play, and it works really well. As Perkins in shotgun, you can motion the back out wide to the left. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right, ball on the 46. As Perkins will look to throw. Has some time, pass over the middle. It's a wide open Malik Turner once again, and that's a gain of about 10. Malik Turner, first 3 plays all going his way, and he has picked up about 20 plus yards already. Hey, Malik Turner may not be the main receiving option on this team, but he's still not one you want to leave unguarded. Handoff up the middle, and that's Toa Tawa for the first down, and then some. Past the 40 to about the 39. As puck drops between Edmonton and Florida's Panthers' second line out there to begin this game. Okay. Yeah, Toa Tawa, someone who did not make the initial roster for Michigan. Matthew Colburn got injured early on in the season. He had to step in and has been doing wonders since getting that opportunity. He was with the Panthers during the offseason, which is why he came hit the ground running. As Perkins in shotgun back to his left, 2 receiving options to each side, and going to hand this off to Tawa once again. And that is a gain of about 3 up to the 35 as Bobrovsky makes a fantastic save to begin this game on an Edmonton breakaway. Do not like seeing that. And so a 2nd and 7 now for the Michigan Panthers. 12 minutes to play in this first quarter. Perkins in shotgun back to his right. 3 receiving options to the right side. As Perkins is going to give this one left side to Nate McCrary. Has room. 25-20, 15-10, 5. Panthers get on the board first. Touchdown, Nate McCrary. What an opening drive to get the scoring started. So one Panthers team scores first. And a second. Please. But what a give to Nate McCrary. Plenty of space on the left side. Great blocking up front. Gives him the hole. And no one was even close on that one. Yeah, the 3-yard handoff was their shortest play of that drive. That's a very impressive drive by Michigan to begin this game. And goes to show that they're not a team that's going to go down easy. As the 1-point try from the 2, Perkins in shotgun back to his right, 2 receiving options to each side as well. As Perkins will give this up the middle, and the Pilot's going to get stopped for a gain of only a yard. Not enough to convert, so it remains a 6-0 Panther lead. TNT, side note for TNT broadcast. Yeah, Bob has gotten beaten high a lot this series. And I don't love that. Man, what a way to start this one for Michigan. Opening drive touchdown with, again, relative ease. Really only had that 1 3-yard carry that was their shortest play of the drive, but they're an offense that if once they get hot, it is very hard to cool them off. I'm not sure. We're heading to a commercial break in the UFL game, so Florida keeps it in. Is Verhagen on that left side, cross crease, nothing, shot, blocker side, and Edmonton gets a clear, and they have a 2-on-1. Oh, Bob, what a save! You know, your break commercial break. I will give a. This is the first time we're seeing a Michigan end zone without it having to be the Honolulu Blue of Detroit. And it looks so clean. Like, it looks so good that I kind of don't want them to continue playing at Ford Field just so we can see it more often. But at the same time, like, Ford Field is really embracing the Panthers right now, so they probably should stay there. Great forecheck by Florida. Still only 1 shot apiece, which is fine, but yeah, no real scoring chances yet for Florida. Don't love that. Mikola has it. Alright, that's gonna go out of play. Alright. 3.5 into the first period. Edmonton has had 2 grade A chances that were saved. I'm not loving this so far. That was Ekblad with a block on that McDavid breakaway. Okay. That's not too bad. We still have a commercial break here between DC and Michigan. Panthers had an opening drive touchdown. We'll see how Teamu responds. So again, one Panther team was able to score first, hoping for a second. But another great look there for Edmonton. I'm calling offsides, thank you. Yeah, I'm not sure where everyone else is in. You're also getting lurkers here, which I respect all the lurkers as well. Yeah, we're going to get back on a forward check. That was an issue in game 4. All right, just coming back from commercial break here in the UFL Championship. Oh, Marchand. Oh, good save. Yeah, it might have been. Well, to be fair, though, really, again, DC's defense has not been fantastic this year. I've definitely overblown it a bit during power rankings and whatnot. It has been a really good defense, but not like it was in previous years. But they definitely need to step up a bit, as that kickoff is barely going to bounce in the landing zone. Going to get picked up at about the 7, and a great kick coverage brings him down at the 10. All right, BT Potters, watermelon kicking salad, working wonders there. As DC is going to have to start this deep inside their own territory. As Jordan Ta'amu takes the field, runner-up for both MVP and Offensive Player of the Year. There's definitely an argument he should have won at least one of those. As Ta'amu's in shotgun, back to his left. 3 receivers to the left as well. Going to start this drive from their own 11. Handoff up the middle for Deion Jackson. Will only gain about a yard before being stood up by about 4 different Panther players. How did that stay out? Good shit, Bob. Florida lucky to still have this game tied at 0. Jeez. 2nd and 9. 2nd and 8 now for DC. Ta'amu in shotgun, back to his left. Play action looking to throw. Pass left side, caught by Chris Rowland. Has some room. That's a gain of about 4, maybe 5 before being brought down. Chris Rowland's been one hell of a receiver for DC this year. Gonna need him to really step up and be able to get those extra yards after the catch in this game. That goes out of play. The big 3rd down here to begin things. Ta'amu and shotgun, a back to each side. Now gonna motion both backs out wide, 1 to each side. So it's 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Ta'amu to throw. Pass time, pass right side. It's open, it's caught for the 1st down. That is a gain of about 6 up to the 23 to keep things going there. And that's where you keep the drive alive again. We're going to be seeing DC passing a lot, which I don't fully love that. I do prefer a more somewhat balanced style, but the DC's been really successful through the air this year. Handoff right side is going to be a gain of about 1.5 yards, maybe 2 for Deion Jackson. But that's been the biggest issue. The ground game, like, there's not been enough out of them this year. And if it's at the point where Michigan can stop the ground, only send in 4 or 5, they can really focus on that back end defense. It's going to be a tough one for DC. Ta'amu in shotgun, back to his left. Quick throw, left side, caught by Rowland. Has some room to run. 1st down and more. Past the 40, 45, and down to midfield before being brought down. And there we go. The run after the catch there. That's going to be Chris Rowland's bread and butter in this game. It's going to be something that they need a lot of him. Going to be running that simple receiver screen quite a bit, I would imagine. It's been one of their bread and butter plays this year. Now with under 9 minutes to play, Rowland heads to the sideline. Obviously don't love that, but an interesting play call here. Ta'amu in shotgun, back behind him. 2 receiving options to each side. Handoff left side, and there's going to be some room to cut back for Deion Jackson, picking up 6 up to the 44. Not too shabby. Yeah, I'm always of the mindset of a good run game gets you 3 yards to carry. Obviously, like, you would prefer 4 or 5, but for me, it's you get 3 yards to carry from your ground game, you're fine. That can help the other things out just fine. As Ta'amu is going to keep it himself left side of the read option, that's only going to pick up a gain of 1 yard. The 3rd down coming up. What's up, Daniel? Yeah, because I know most, especially like other analysts and like typical like stat sheet when comparing across all teams, especially in the NFL. You really are looking for about 4-ish yards to carry. I'm always just confident in saying you gave me 3 yards, we can ride with it. As Ta'amu in shotgun, back to his right, gonna fake a toss and keeping himself up the middle. 1st down and slides down. Gain of 7, somehow not an extra 15 here, as he gets hit late by Kai Nakua, but penalty markers stay in the pockets. That's a nice fake toss. Yeah, and that should have been a late hit. I'm glad it's not, because we really do need to like not worry too much. Ta'amu in shotgun, back to his left. Gonna play action, look to throw. Pressure coming, pass left side. It's a tight end screen. And there's some room there. 1st down and more, down to the 25. And that is really more on the reception. A little delayed tight end screen works wonders there for DC. Yeah, there's that mindset behind 1 and 3 yards, especially at first. But for me, it's always like the ground game. Yes, you can be like a big breakout. We see Philly do that a lot. I'm always like, you want a guaranteed play that is very neutral. And I view a 3 to 4 yard carry as the most neutral play in football. As Tiamu and shotgun back to his left, looking to throw on 1st and 10. Pass right side, miscommunication and incomplete. Luckily not picked off there. Looking for Cornell Powell on a slot fade, it seems. But Powell stopped that short. Yeah, lucky there. So 2nd and 10 coming up. Tiamu and shotgun back to his right. 2 receiving options to each side as well. Going to play action, look to throw. Pass right side is luckily not picked off. DJ Miller. He was thinking 6 the entire way and barely couldn't hang on to that. It does seem like he's going more so for the deflection there. Yeah, that's 6, man. That's a dangerous throw. Great play by DJ Miller, but he was clearly more so going for the deflection. That should have been 6. As Tiamu shotgun back to his right, 3 receivers to the right as well, looking to throw once again. Tiamu, time, pass, end zone, touchdown DC! Jaden Mickens from the slot ties things up on 3rd and 10, and we have ourselves a game already. 26 yards out. What a dot from Jordan Tiamu. Oh, nice, yeah. Good scissors concept. Create some confusion for the safeties. And Mickens gets plenty of space by himself. That's a beautiful throw. That's an absolute beaut of a throw there. Yeah, it's a solid. It's a 90-yard touchdown drive. 89-yard touchdown drive. You'll definitely take that. Obviously, there's some plays there that you have some things to work out on, but for the most part, yeah, that's a very nice drive and a great way to answer what Michigan was able to do on their opening drive. The 2-point try from the 5. Going a little trickery here, pulling out some plays from the Chiefs playbook. Tiamu and shotgun, only 4 down linemen near the center. Really trying some trickery here. As Tiamu gonna roll right side, looking to throw. No one's there though. Pass is gonna be incomplete. Bounce off the chest, I will say that. But trying to pull off a play out the Chiefs playbook does not work for everyone. It remains a tied game after a drive apiece. Is that going to be offsides on Edmonton? Come on, we got going to power play at some point. Yeah, I mean, both teams excellently showed off their respective offenses on their opening drives. Michigan's a team that's gonna run the RPO and is gonna run the ball a bit more. DC's a team that will pass it nonstop if they need to. I mean, there was 3 run plays on that drive. And then Michigan had, I think also like about 3, but there was more, but that was, again, the main thing was the RPOs. Better be ace in there. We're at about the halfway point between the Panthers and Oilers. There has been 3 shots on goal apiece. I hate this game. This is stressful. Oh gods. Oh, Marchand breakaway. Marchand! Brad Marchand gets the scoring started. Both Panthers score first. Let's go. Off the face-off from center ice, Brad Marchand. There we go. Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. But Brad Marchand, man. That's a great shot as well. Bar down. Beautiful. All right. Florida has a lead. Can they actually hang on to it this time? As we're still at commercial break between DC and Michigan. Like, that's perfect time. As soon as the UFL goes to commercial break, we have the Florida Panthers scoring. Love to see that. And then, weird combination of lines out here. We have what, a one pair D-men? We have our second line center. Oh yeah, so fourth line's getting out here now. Okay. As we're just coming back from commercial break, both teams, fantastic opening drives of this game. Again, showed off their styles well. Now it's up to the defenses to adjust. Oh, hopefully it is here of the Panther. Hopefully it is. We'll see. Honestly, I will consider it good luck if Michigan wins tonight. I will consider it good luck for Florida. That's a great shot from Marchand, man. Holy. And that's not only is that first goal of the game, but you finally beat Picard again. Kickoff underway, going to be returned from inside the 10 down the left side up to about the 26. And they'll start things off from there. Hell yeah, appreciated. I still can't believe that shot from Marchand. They keep showing that replay of the Marchand shot. Absolute beaut. As now that goes commercial break. Perfect timing. They're showing the DC touchdown again here for the UFL broadcast, and that's a clean ass pocket as well. And that's a really clean pocket. So DC has a lot of stuff to build off of. Perkins in shotgun back to his right, two receiving options to each side. 5:07 to play in the first quarter. That's going to hand this off left side for Nathan McCreary. Breaks off one tackler in the backfield and going to pick up a yard. All right. I mean, for a play that got blown up in the backfield, still being able to get a yard on that, you'll take. And there we go. Perkins in shotgun back to his left. Going to look to throw here on 2nd and 9. Pass over the middle is incomplete. Looking for COC Marner. Some tight coverage there. That was going to force it incomplete. Now 3rd and 9 coming up. I mean, it's a fine play. But just running simple slants, I don't love that for this style of team. I think Michigan is one of those teams where you kind of want more complex passing plays. Not complex, but like better concepts, I would say. Perkins in shotgun back to his right. 3 receivers to the right. To the right as well. Looking to throw, pass over the middle is caught. Room to run, first down and more. Past the 40 and down to the 44. It is COC Marner on the reception. After an incomplete on 2nd down, he picks up the 3rd down play. And Michigan keeps the chains moving. Really a great cross-side feed for Hagee, but just too far ahead. 1st and 10 here for Michigan. Perkins in shotgun back behind him. Gonna shift it back to his left. 2 receiving options on each side. Ball on the 43, they're saying. Perkins gonna hand this off to McCrary up the middle. Had some room, but brought down by the ankles after a gain of roughly 4. Some good movement by Lundell. And so 2nd and 6 coming up. Perkins in shotgun back to his right. 3 receiving options to the right as well. 2:35 to play in this first quarter. Perkins going to throw right side. Has some room there for Siosi Marner, and that's a first down past midfield down to about the 45, maybe 46. And again, there's that same RPO that they scored a bunch on this year. Oh, nearly another fucking Panther goal. That's a beautiful feed, though. Edmonton 3-on-2 the other way, though, and defense. 1st and 10, Perkins in shotgun back to his right. 2 receiving options to each side. Yeah, ball on the plus 45. 2 minutes to play in this first quarter. As Perkins going to hand off up the middle, and that's Toa lowering the shoulder and picking up 7. Good hard-nosed carry in there from Toa. That's been his MO this season, on top of his speed. Just all around being a great back and a great tool in this plenty filled toolbox that the Michigan Panthers have. Perkins in shotgun back to his right. 2 receiving options to each side, right? Now 3 receiving options to the right. 2nd and 3 coming up. Perkins going to keeping himself right side and passing deep, wide open. Marner, the 10-5. Touchdown Panthers. There's that extra wrinkle of the RPO that the Panthers like to use every once in a while. They have that same concept of a hitch and a flat, and then they throw in a slot wheel as well, or in this case a fade. And the same RPO, but they add in that fade, and it just works wonders. Marner could have crawled his way into the end zone. He was that wide open. 2 defenders bit on that one. Bryce Thompson and DeAndre Baker, they both bit on the flat, and Marner took it the distance. That's a hell of a play call. And that's been this Michigan offense this year. They know how to build off of those plays well. Perkins in shotgun back to his right. 2 receiving options to each side for this 1-point try from the 2. Perkins to throw, pass, end zone, wide open. Marner again. 7-point Panther lead with 1:13 to play, and Edmonton scores. Wait, no, they're not saying that goes in? I could have sworn that went bar down. Guess not. Okay. Panthers have a 7-point lead after the touchdown grab by Siosi Martin. I need a replay on that Edmonton shot. It beat Bob High again. That's the issue, though. I don't like Bob needs to start focusing more on those high shots. That's where they're gonna beat him. There's no way that did not go in, though. But 1:13 to play in the UFL Championship. 5:48 to play in the first period of Stanley Cup Game 5. Both Panthers teams with the lead so far in this one. And there we go. They're showcasing the awards for this year. Michigan, they won both MVP. They won MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, and Special Teams Player of the Year. But DC won Coach of the Year and Assistant Coach of the Year. Shannon Harris winning Coach of the Year after getting the interim job a week before the season started. He has been a fantastic coach for DC this year. And again, if he wants the full-time head coaching job, he will have it next year. As BT Potter sends this one down with his watermelon kick. And this is going to bounce and be a touchback in the end zone to start from the 20 here because it bounced in the landing zone first. Yeah, the Michigan Panthers, man, back-to-back scoring drives, playing really well. I mean, Bryce Perkins, again, he's been having an impressive year. An impressive year all year, and he's continuing it tonight. We still have not had a stoppage of play between the Panthers and Oilers since that potential Oilers goal. So they have not had a chance to look at this yet or show the replay. And I'm still waiting for that. As they're highlighting this Michigan touchdown once again before we see DC's next drive. And Oilers about to go on the power play. Great. Yeah, it's the trend. I said during the preview that the trench is going to be a good battle. Jet sweep left side has some room and fumbling. Did he get that in bounds? They're saying he did. Was it 1 foot or 2? That's the thing. Chris Rowland, I believe, was the carrier there. He fumbled. The question is, did DJ Miller get both feet in when he picked up this ball in air? Rule on the field's a fumble that went out of bounds, so it will remain DC ball, but that is close. No, yeah, he only got 1 foot. It's going to stay DC ball. That's nearly a great play by DJ Miller, though. If he hangs on to it initially, he bobbled it. If he didn't bobble it, this will be Michigan ball going the other way. It's close, but yeah, it's the correct call. It's Cornell Powell. Room to run out of nowhere. 25-20, 15-10, 5. It's a touchdown for DC. They were too busy showing the fumble. And Cornell Powell goes the distance with a penalty marker down. This might be coming back, which I'm kind of hoping it is. That would have been not a great touchdown call. We'll see, though. It is an eligible man downfield on DC. Going to be brought back 1st and 15 coming up. 47 seconds left in this first quarter. And it's a great play, actually. It's just a slant over the middle. And Powell uses his speed to go the other way. But it was also an RPO at the same time, kind of. So, yeah, it's just rough. Having an eligible man downfield there is rough. Yeah, Edmonton power play coming up. I don't love that. As Tiamu throws deep over the middle, has the man Jaden Mickens, the 20, and cutting back inside the 15, spinning his way down inside the 10 at the 8. They nearly missed the start of that one as well. They were talking to Dean Blandino. Yeah, just a simple drop back for Tiamu. He burns the safeties. Throws it ever so slightly behind. If he's able to throw that properly in stride, it's a tough ask. But he throws that in stride, more so towards the 30. That's a touchdown for DC, but still a big play nonetheless. Ball at the 9. Tiamu and shotgun back behind him. Handoff left side. Gonna have some room inside the 5. Brought down at the 5 is Deion Jackson. And that'll be the end of the first quarter. So DC with some massive plays to end this quarter, as they're looking to keep this as a fantastic game. They're taking the deep shots, no problem, and that's been their style this year. They're not scared. They're not scared to throw it 40 plus yards down the field. And I kind of love that out of DC. As 15 minutes in the books, it's a 7-point Michigan lead, but DC has 2nd and goal from the 5. When we get back from commercial break, Edmonton has 45 seconds left on this power play. Yeah, I mean, I used, like, last year, And in last year, early on this year, I was a massive Blandino fan. I preferred him over Mike Piera. But these past few weeks, man, I've been heavy leaning towards Piera. I just have not agreed with a lot of what Blandino has been saying. There's been a lot of simple stuff as well, which is the crazy thing. Like, it's just I feel like Blandino takes it too much by the book. Whereas Piera, well, yeah, he also is like a more so by the book type of guy, but at least you can get a solid sense of he doesn't want to do it. I'm still just thinking back to that miss roughing the passer and face mask on Birmingham in week 10. Yeah, Blandino was so good. I don't get it. It was still like commercial break. Edmonton has 10 seconds left on this power play. Maybe to get one more push in there, but no, it's going to end before. It was Seth Jones out the box. And we have 2 minutes left in the first period of Game 5. Kachuk left side shot. Blocked. Bennett scores! Panthers, the Florida Panthers, now have a 2-goal lead. Kachuk's shot is blocked. Bennett's goes in clean. There we go. Oh, that's beautiful. Picard left his crease, basically. He was like 3 feet ahead of his crease. That was a beautiful shot. Absolute beaut there from Sam Bennett. Holy. Both Panthers teams. Honestly, as of right now, every time the Michigan Panthers score a touchdown, the Florida Panthers are not far behind. As we're just coming off commercial break. That is crazy. As they're showing highlights from Game 4 of the NBA Finals just last night, is now the Florida Panthers are on the power play. Like, that is twice now, basically, that the Michigan Panthers score a touchdown, and a few minutes later, the Florida Panthers get on the board as well. That's so funny. Just coming back from commercial break, it's a second and goal from the 5 for DC. Looking to potentially tie this game on this drive. Tiamu and shotgun back to his right. Going to hand this off to Deion Jackson left side. Going to be brought down for a gain of only a yard there. Yeah, Florida's going to be on a power play for the rest of this period unless they score. That's now third and goal coming up for DC. They're letting the clock run a bit here. Not too surprised by that, though. Considering that it is a constantly running clock, I don't have a choice. Tiamu and shotgun back to his left. 2 receivers to each side. Ball on roughly the 4. Tiamu to throw. Has time. Rolling to his left to buy some more. Pass. End zone incomplete. Just too high for the jump in. What? That was jump in Ty Scott. And it's a 4th and goal coming up and a decision to make if you are DC. Hey, it was open. It was NFL open. That's not a bad decision from Tiamu. It's just he was on the move to his left. He lofted it a bit. And out comes Matt McCrane to make this a 4-point game. Kick is up from 22 yards out, and it is good. All right. $13:45 to play in the first half here in this one. It's a 4-point Panther lead. Yeah, he had to throw high to avoid that pick, but I still feel like if he was rolling out to his right, or if he was flat-footed, he could have layered that a bit better. But because he was also moving to his left, it sailed on him a bit, which is not a fault. He had to move to his left there. It's just one of those plays where it's like, damn, which like you almost had it. And I want to say it's one you wish you had back, but it's gonna sting a bit. As the first period between the Panthers and Oilers have come to a close. What is... Hold on, I am for right now. Intermission. Yeah, exactly. As DC is going to send this one down. The return beginning from the goal line here for the Michigan Panthers has trying to find some room on the right side, unable to, and brought down near the 15. They need a drive here from Michigan. I'm saying that more so as a Florida Panther fan because the correlation has been funny tonight. Yeah, that game's going to intermission. We have 13:40 to play in this first half. Panthers have scored on both of their opening drives. We'll see if they can keep that going. Ball is on the 16-yard line. Perkins in shotgun back to his right. Two receiving options to each side. Sending the receiver in motion right to left. That's Jalen Moore sent in motion. Now sending Malik Turner in motion as Perkins will hand this off up the middle. That is a gain of about a yard, maybe two there for, I believe, Toa on the carry. As there's Danny Etling looking for his second ring as well. He won Super Bowl 53 with the New England Patriots as their third string quarterback. A Super Bowl that a lot of people forget about. But yeah, this is a completely stacked Super Bowl winning QB room for Michigan right now. As Perkins, alone in shotgun, can motion someone into the backfield, actually. So it's a back to his right, three receivers to the left for 2nd and 9 from the 17. Perkins to throw, pass over the middle is caught by Malik Turner. Gets to the 22, a gain of roughly 4 or 5. And it'll be third down coming up. Honestly, I should have known that also this being... I should have known that this also being like a more, I wouldn't say proper professional league because UFL is professional football, but and also an NHL broadcast, so we're gonna get some bots in here occasionally. So yeah, Perkins to throw on 3rd and 4, pressure coming, trying to avoid it but unable to. Sacked back at the 19, and it's the first 3 and out of the game for either side, as well as the first punt of the game for either side coming up. That's a big time play for this defense. Just like I said during the preview as well, if DC is going to win, they're going to need to be able to get home under pressure. They did right there, forces a 3 and out, and DC will call their first timeout now as well. Interesting timing there to call it. Yeah, that was Malik Fisher getting the sack on that 3rd down as we're heading to a commercial break after DC called their first timeout. So I will quickly be right back. All right, I'm back. There's not a lot of times where commercials are going to line up in this stream, so I have to take advantage when I can. We still have a commercial break. Still at commercial break. And DC called their first timeout before a 4th and 7 for Michigan. And we will see what DC has planned with that. It's weird. It's weird that they're the ones who called the timeout there. I still can't believe Lustrine didn't score on that one yet. Just coming back from commercial break. They're showcasing all the touchdowns from this game so far, as it has been already a much better championship than last year's because both teams have scored. Last year's was a 25-0 ass whooping by Birmingham. So at least we have both teams on the board in this one. It has certainly been a really good game. As we're gonna have the first punt of the game right now as well. As Michigan is set to send this one down, it comes off clean. Going to be returned. Bouncing past the 40. Still bouncing, going to be down at about the 37. Yeah, definitely. Oh, wait. Mike DeLeo was about to take the field there. No, okay. Don't scare me for a second. You want to see Teamu on the field for this. It looked like he was ready to go into the huddle there for a second. I know that DC does have a package where DeLeo is behind center, but that's also a goal line package more often than not. So 1st and 10, 11.5 to play in this first half. Ball on the 37. Teamu in shotgun, a back to his right, a receiver lined up in the backfield to his left. Gonna motion the receiver out wide to the left. As Teamu will now look to throw. As some time pass, left side is caught. That's Braylon Sanders for a gain of about 6. 5, I think they're willing to gain of 5. But former Ole Miss teammates revitalizing that connection that they have been all year. Yeah, which why I was confused that DeLeo was looking like he was going to take the field there. Because yeah, that package has not worked well. And he played fine in week 10, but definitely would rather Teamu out there if he can. He's in shotgun, back to his left, 2 receivers to each side. Play action, looking to throw. Pass deep, right side, and it's caught. Braylon Sanders. That Ole Miss connection gets it done. A first down and a whole lot more. That ball was placed in a bucket. Holy, that's beautiful. Over DJ Miller, placed where only Sanders can go up and get that. Absolute beautiful throw. And yeah, he gets that 2 feet in. So now 1st and 10, they flip the field successfully. They have ball on the plus 27. They push it back about 5 from where they initially ruled it. But again, DC, they're not scared to take those deep shots. Teamu's gonna sling it if he feels like if he trusts the matchup. And he's gonna trust the majority of matchups when Braylon Sanders is the receiver there. So Tiamu in shotgun, back to his left, 2 receivers to each side. Ball on the 27. Tiamu looking to throw. Has some time. Pass left side is going to be caught. Gets inside the 20 to about the 19. That's Jaden Mickens on the reception. Yeah. I am definitely more worried about these Panthers, though. Considering what happened Thursday night, this lead is not safe. We need to score more. And also, the Michigan Panthers lead right now is not quite safe. It's 2nd and 2 from the 19. Tiamu in shotgun back to his left. 2 receivers to each side. Good motion to receiver left to right. As Tiamu will look to throw. Has time. Pass. End zone. Right side. Wide open. Cornell Powell. What a throw. The DC defenders have taken the lead for the first time today. Man, oh man. What a throw. From the opposite hash mark. He gets that ball out there. That's placed beautifully. That's a great play call. Yep, the Stanley Cup will be in the building on Tuesday night in Sunrise, no matter what. Hopefully, though, is there for Florida. We'll love to see them hoisted again. 2-point try from the 5. DC looking to throw. Tiamu pass back end zone incomplete. It's a 2-point lead with 9:24 to play. But still, again, both teams still really showcasing what their style of offense is in this game. The RPOs of Michigan, the deep passes of DC. This is going to be a shootout as we're heading to a commercial break. I wouldn't necessarily, RPO versus shotgun. That's a good way to put it. I was like, I wouldn't necessarily say shotgun because DC doesn't only run out of shotgun, but they are like 80% shotgun. Yeah, that's a good. Yeah, I saw the highlights of that, or I saw some of the highlights of that. And there's a reason that Caitlin Clark is one of the biggest talking points of the WNBA. And we're still at commercial break. And also, for as much as I love Steph, I will say though, whenever I think of logo threes, I do think of Dame a bit more. But still, point stands. I get what you're saying with that. Oh yeah, I would not. You would not see me hitting a lot of shots on the basketball court. That's not my game much anymore. I used to have a pretty good shot. Then I took like a 3-4 year break and I completely lost any skill I had. Yeah, it is a lot of RPO and shotgun. And funny enough, the one team that also has a good percentage of plays from under center just won the Super Bowl in February in Philly. So take that what you will. I mean, the NBA All Star Weekend had a Steph versus someone 3-point competition. I just don't think it was handled well. Yeah, funny. I mean, to be fair though, when you have Saquon Barkley and you have the tush push as a play, yeah, of course you're gonna be under center quite a bit. Like you want to give Saquon those running starts that go in under center gives that shotgun doesn't. As we're just coming back from commercial break, 12-5 winning the South. I wouldn't go that far about Tennessee. I do think they're going to be in contention for a playoff spot. for like the majority of the season. Like they're like come week 18, they're gonna be fighting. They're probably gonna need help to get in, but gonna be fighting. As we're waiting DC to send this one down, they have their first lead of the night. Looking to make this stand on Michigan once more. Kickoff underway, going to be returned beginning from the 5. And going to try and find some room on the right side, but unable to. And ball comes loose, picked up by DC, and down inside the 20 to the 10. Well, so much for Michigan, a chance to retake the lead there. Are you kidding me? Friendly fire forces the ball loose. It's Gunnar Oaks who strips it, and DC has excellent starting field position near the 7. Those are the kind of mistakes that cost you a game. Both teams have pretty solid special teams. That was a terrible mistake by Gunnar Oaks, though. Like, he's the one who forced that loose. Yamu and shotgun back to his right, 3 receivers to the right as well. And we're going to have a timeout called by Michigan, as they were not ready for that play call. So, first and goal from the 7 for DC. Yeah, that's... I swear. The Michigan Panthers are starting to unravel. I swear. This lead better not change. $9:16 to play in the first half. First and goal from the 7. Yamu and shotgun back to his right. 2 receivers to each side. Gonna send the receiver in motion left to right. As Yamu will look to throw. Pressure coming, pass, end zone, right side, incomplete. Put too far outside for Jaden Mickens. He had him open, though, for sure. And it'll be second and goal coming up. Yeah, DC does rank 3rd in terms of a red zone offense. And this would be a big one here. Yamu and shotgun back to his left. 2 receiving options to each side. Going to jet sweep this to Chris Rowland left side, trying to find some room. Brought down inside the 5 at the 3. So a 3rd and goal coming up, 8.5 to play, as the second period is underway in Edmonton. With Florida having 10 seconds of power play time left. Yeah, 3rd and goal, 8:15 to play in the first half. Yamu and shotgun back to his right. 3 receiving options to the right as well. Handoff, left side, breaks 1 tackle. Deion Jackson fighting his way. They're staying down at the half-yard line. Down just shy, but you're up by 2. You're on the half-yard line. You go for it if you're DC here. No questions asked. Yeah, that's close. Hold on, that's close. I think he's gonna be staying a little down though. Yeah, just short. As there was a loose puck in front. So Tiamu and Shotgun are going to go for it. No, keep it in himself. Right side, trying for the edge. Cuts in. Jordan Tiamu. And he gets in. Touchdown, DC. Tiamu saying, I can use my legs as well. It's an 8-point Defenders lead with 7:13 to play in the half. And just like that, in the span of about 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes, it went from it's been a 12-point shift in this game. As the Defenders are starting to take control. Looking to make this a 2-score game. 2-point try from the 5. Tiamu and Shotgun back to his left. 3 receivers to the right. Looking to throw. Tiamu with time pass. End zone wide open. Really more on an in-breaking route. It's a 10-point Defender lead. And Michigan's on their heels. Good chance there by Marchand. But yeah, that fumble on the kick return. And again, it was forced loose by his own teammate. Talk about a swing of this game. Out of nowhere, it has been a solid 14-point swing for the Defenders. Before Bryce Perkins can even see the field again. Like that's tough. Yeah, DC, they're firing on all cylinders this postseason. Only 3 drives where they did not score on. As Matt McCrane is set to send this one down. Kickoff underway. Going to be returned beginning from about the 10. Has some room, gets up to about the 24 before being brought down. So now Bryce Perkins will see the field once again. And first time playing with a deficit, because out of nowhere, they are now down by 10. Did they call that tripping on Ekblad? No shot, whatever. Edmonton's going on the power play. Hey, Perkins and there's a penalty marker flown there, but pretty sure Perkins called a timeout. Twelve men on the field on Michigan. We're gonna push them back 5 before even running the play. So 1st and 15. Perkins in shotgun back to his right. 3 receiving options to the left. Ball under 20. Play action looking to throw. Perkins with time expiring. Trying to make some magic happen. Throw in right side. That's going to be incomplete. Gets it in the vicinity of Cole Coutinho, but DC's front 7 creating some really nice pressure here all of a sudden. Again, that's going to be a massive difference maker in this game. Penalty marker down now as well. No shot that's intentional grounding. We have under 7 minutes to play in this first half. As they're talking to Bryce Perkins' parents now in the stands. All right, now 2nd and 15. Okay, they picked up the penalty. How did that not go in? Jeez. Perkins in shotgun back to his right. 3 receivers to his left. 2nd and 15. 6:40 to play in the half. Perkins alone in shotgun now. 2 to the left, 2 to the right, 3 to the left. Perkins to throw. Has time. Pass over the middle is incomplete. A dangerous throw. Looking for Siosi Mariner. Luckily not picked off, but Mariner takes a massive hit there. And it's 3rd and 15 coming up. This DC defense, man, is stepping up when they need to. Perkins in shotgun back to his right. Gonna be 3 receivers to the left. Needing the 35-yard line. Perkins to throw. Has some time. Rolling right to buy more. Still looking. Not going to pass it right side, but it's short-armed and incomplete. Looking for Nate McCrary. Would not have been enough either way if he caught it. He was also drifting backwards when he was throwing that one. A back-to-back 3 and outs now for DC's defense. Back-to-back 3 and outs. This game can get very ugly very quickly. Punt comes off clean. Going to be returned beginning from the 41. Trying to find some room. Gets up to about the 46 before being brought down. $5:20 to play in this first half. It's a 10-point DC lead. They're looking to extend this even more. As now they're talking to Blake Williams on the sideline, the interim DC for the defenders. Taking over from his father, Greg, who is in the stands today, which is nice. Yeah, this defender's defense, these playoffs have really stepped up a bit. It's been nice to see. Tiamu's pass left side is caught by a wide open receiver. That's Jaden Mickens. Going to fight his way and still standing for extra yards. Picks up an extra 5 or 6 there. As Michigan was trying to get the ball loose instead of just bringing him down. It's a first down. Gain of about 20 now for DC. I mean, not sure what he was thinking there. That's Adonis Alexander in coverage. He was going fully for that ball. Instead, picks up an extra like 5 or 10, 15 maybe. The 1st and 10, Tiamu alone in shotgun. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Ball on the 35, looking to throw. Tiamu, pressure coming, trying to step up, but unable to get free. Going to be brought down near the line of scrimmage after some extra push there by the offensive line. So maybe only loses a yard instead of what would have been a loss of about 3 instead. Yeah, some good defense there on the back end by Michigan. Tiamu in shotgun back to his left, 2 receivers to each side. Going to motion Chris Rowland left to right. As Tiamu's going to look to throw. Pass right side has Rowland open. And going to be a gain of about 8. As the refs are discussing about potential, what would that be, delay of game on Florida? I swear. Tiamu in shotgun back to his left, 2 receivers to each side. Going to keep it himself up the middle. And that is enough for the first down. A gain of 3 exactly, as I believe Edmonton's going on the power play here. Fantastic. First and 10 for DC. Tamu and shotgun back to his left, 2 receivers to each side. Handoff up the middle, and that's going to be a gain of only, Powell getting pushed. Powell gets pushed for an extra 2 or 3, going to be a gain of roughly 4. But not been a great day for this Michigan defense. Now, in hindsight, I probably should have put something for the power play in this scoreboard here, but it's fine. 2nd and 6, Tamu and shotgun back to his right. 2 receivers to each side, ball on the 21, looking to throw in 2nd and 4. Has some time, gonna step left to buy some more. Pass left side, wide open. That's caught for Cornell Powell, and that's a gain of 7, enough for the first down inside the 15 to the 14. And this DC, man, they're moving the ball really, really well today. He has Edmonton power play now. God damn it. Can't be letting the Oilers score on too many power plays. They're gonna score eventually. All right, so that commercial break for the 2-minute warning. Just not realizing. 2-minute warning in this one. 10-point lead. A 10-point lead for the defenders. Oh, is it no longer America's Funniest Home Videos? No, funniest people? I mean, I get that change, but still. Kind of weird. So that commercial break for the 2-minute warning. How are these pucks not going in for Edmonton? Jeez. So that commercial break, Edmonton's on the power play. About a minute to play in this one. In this power play. Can't get it clear. Edmonton just blocked their own shot there. Lucky us. That's been like the theme of this game for the majority of Edmonton shots. You okay? Good shit, Forsling. Still would like to get it clear here and get a change. Or at least a frozen puck. Oh, Lucy Ryan's without his stick. All right, 27 seconds left on the Edmonton power play as the puck gets out of play. And we're still at commercial break here in this one. Well, it's off the post, actually. Jeez. Yeah, Edmonton's gotten very close to some goals in this game so far, but luckily they're staying out. As we're just coming back from commercial break, 2 minutes to play in this first period. The first period of that. First half. 2 minutes to play in this first half, a 10-point DC lead. They have a 1st and 10 from inside the red zone coming up, though. So we'll see if they can extend it and by how much. There's a proper clear. As you're showing the highlights of DC in this game, they've been playing really, really well in this one. As Florida kills another Edmonton power play, thankfully. First and 10 from the 14. Tamu and shotgun, a back to each side. Ball on the plus 14-yard line. Tamu going to hand this off left side for Abram Smith. Has room inside the 10, down to the 5. Gain of 9. So 2nd and 1 coming up, but it's pretty much you're in goal to go territory now. Tamu and shotgun, the back to each side. Tamu going to hand this off right side. Deion Jackson, he gets in with ease. Touchdown, DC. They keep piling onto this lead. Holy. Now a 16-point lead with a minute and a half to play in the first half. Michigan's going to need points here soon. DC gets ball to begin the second half. You're going to need points and you're going to need a stop. I mean, this is 5 for 5 scoring drives for DC tonight. Just an unstoppable offense right now. As a 2-point try, gonna throw right side. Teyamu in the end zone, catching that one. The little trickery there. Jaden Mickens with the pass attempt. And Jordan Teyamu catches it. It's an 18-point lead now. Still 2 possessions, but a long road to climb if you're the Panthers. There's 8:45 left to go in the second period here between Florida and Edmonton. Yeah, DC starting to run away with this one. Yeah, they're just playing games at this point. It is. DC is able to do whatever they want in this game now, and it's crazy. Like, I knew Michigan's passing defense wasn't the greatest. I mean, I'll talk about it during preview as well. But I thought for sure Michigan's offense would be having an easier time in this one. But I guess not. And again, it's hard to put all the blame on that fumble on the kick return, but that's really where you have to go with it. Because that drastically changed the game. Going to be returned beginning from about the 3 here for Michigan. Gets up to the 24. Like, that has to be the point you look at where it's like, that is what cost them this game. Yeah, I mean, yeah, most of their starting secondary is hurt, yeah. Like, at the same time, like, even their starting secondary wasn't the greatest. That is true as well. Yeah, they haven't really been running the ball to the same extent. It's just a handoff up the middle for Toa in a gain about 5. Yeah, it's like they're getting away from their style, which they don't need to just yet. At least I don't think. You're down 2 possessions. You don't need to get away from your style just yet. You just need your defense to make a stand. Perkins to throw on 2nd and 5. Rolling left to buy some time. Pass wide open, has room. Malik Turner, the 50, the 40, cuts inside. The 30, the 25, the 20. One man to beat. The 15, the 10, the 5. Still fighting Malik Turner. Touchdown, Michigan. There you go. Talk about a big-time play that you need to make. Malik Turner doing it himself on that one. There's now a penalty marker down, but I believe if anything, this would be an excessive celebration. But that is one hell of a play that if this gets called back, that's going to zap any momentum out of this Michigan team. They cannot afford for this to get called back. We'll see. The refs are discussing. It happens every time. We talk something about one team, they prove us wrong instantly. It's crazy. As after the play, a personal foul on DC. So they're going to go for the 3-point try from the 2. This could be a massive swing in this. getting into a one-possession game with 50 seconds to play in the half. There was a lot of pushing and shoving after the play that they just kind of planted it on DC starting it, I guess. Yeah, they get a much needed one through the air. And the 3-point try from the 2, you can definitely see the ground game become a factor here for them. Perkins in shotgun, back to his right, 3 receiving options to the right as well. And we have a stoppage before the snap. We have a challenge flag thrown. Shannon Harris is going to challenge something on this play. I assume the touchdown? God damn it, hold on. Go ahead, Blandino, give it to me. He was challenging for a missed holding call. I'm not sure if that's going to count as a holding. It is definitely a nitpick. He has good feet. There's a little tug, but there's not enough there. Yeah, they're going to lose this challenge. Rule on the field stands. That's a. I do understand that challenge, because if DC wins that, there goes all the momentum that the Panthers had, and it's just as simple offset and penalties. Well, it would just be 10 yards back, because that happened well before. So I get throwing the challenge, but that just there wasn't enough there. With Holden being one of those where it's kind of subjective, you need to give the offensive lineman some leeway, and that's just what the case was there. So still good. Still the 3-point try from the 2. DC has lost their single challenge for this game, as Perkins is in shotgun. A back to his right, 3 receiving options to the right. Gonna send the receiver in motion, right to left, back to right, as Perkins is going to hand this off up the middle, gets stood up at the line, conversion attempt no good. It remains a 12-point game, but that was still a massive play for the Panthers. We'll see if it really matters in the end, in the grand scheme of things. That was a big-time play nonetheless. Yeah, Malik Turner is having a fantastic game in this one for sure. He's definitely having a game. Oh, and there was okay. Yeah, okay. There was the after the play personal foul. We had a completely unnecessary shove. We see it on that replay a lot better. It's a 12-point game, still 2 possessions, but hey, that was a play that Michigan desperately needed. Kickoff underway. Going to be a muffed return here. They collide into each other, and they're just gonna down it at the 15. What was that? Yeah, you need 2 defensive stops now. You need 2 defensive stops. You need one before the half, and you need one after the half. And ideally, since you have 2 timeouts, if you can force a turnover and get a field goal out of this, you're feeling okay. But we'll really have to see how things go. Yeah, that would have been great, but not much going there. Yamu and shotgun back to his right, 2 receivers to each side, ball on the 15. Yamu go looking to throw. Pass right side is caught and out of bounds after a gain of 5 is Braylon Sanders on the reception. Yeah, they're going to need to make stops if they're going to come back and win this game. That's for sure, no matter what. Like, especially since they don't get ball to begin the half. Yeah, you're going to need stops. Jamu and shotgun back to his left, 2 receivers to each side. 2nd and 5 from the 20. Look, quick pass right side that's caught by Mickens. Has some room. Going to be a gain of 7. Ball comes loose, but Mickens recovers it. That could have been a big time flip as well, but good heads up play by Mickens to at least touch that ball while he was laying out of bounds. So it will be 1st and 10 after the gain of 7. 38 seconds left in the half. DC with a chance to extend this lead if they play this right. Yeah, that definitely would have been a fumble, but a really heads up play by Mickens. So Tiamu and shotgun back to his left. 3 receivers to the left as well. Looking to throw. Tiamu, time, pass, deep, left. Has a man caught. The 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. It's Ty Scott going for it all. And the defenders extend their lead to a comfortable 18. My, oh my, what a play. What a throw. 73 yards out. And Ty Scott, been silent all year despite having a pretty solid year last year. And he puts DC right back up by 18. Just wow, what a throw. That is another really impressive cross-field throw from Tiamu. Like, he is showing out tonight with his cannon. 37 and a half, man. Yeah, the Panthers can't get a stop. Tiamu and shotgun back to his right, 2 receivers to each side. A 2-point try from the 5. Tiamu to throw, pass right side is short-armed and incomplete. Looking for Braylon Sanders. Remains an 18-point game with 27 seconds left in the half. It's that there's that same scissor concept that they scored their first touchdown with. Just to get those safeties confused, and then Ty Scott ran by them. But he wasn't even involved in the concept. He was just the outside receiver and put on his burners. I mean, it's one of those things where, like, you just because you know when a team's gonna pass doesn't mean you can stop them. Like, if you really need to get pressure at that point. And Michigan's just not getting home at all in this game so far. They have 1 sack that was for like a yard, if that. But it has really, like, DC's offensive line has been playing a fantastic game. They're giving Tiamu space, giving him time, and just letting him cook. Kickoff underway, going to be returned beginner. Bounce in and return beginner from about the 10. Trying to find some space, gets up to about the 25. Oh, a lot of pushing and shoving going on post play here. We have a hand in the face at the very least. That's a very good point as well. He is very upset he didn't get the MVP. And Boise playing like it 4 touchdowns and a half today for Jordan Teamu. That's an incredible performance. He's already up to 300 yards passing. Like, he's showing out. Yeah, that's true as well. If you know they're going to pass it, you need to really commit to it and have faith that you're able to stop the run one way or another with sending 4. As Perkins to throw, pass over the middle is incomplete. He was hit while throwing that one. So 2nd and 10 coming up with 18 seconds. Yeah, I want to say you get people back, but you got to make sure that you have the zones there. But, like, I'm saying more so you need to get pressure because we already know that Michigan's secondary, like the players they have in the secondary, are not as a group are not the greatest. So you have to counteract that by forcing the ball out quick and underneath, which you do by getting pressure. As Perkins is just going to need this 1.5 now. 1/2 of play in the books. It has been all DC in this one. They get ball to begin the second half as well. So we shall see. This game is, I want to say it's over just yet. I mean, it's still a 2-possession game. But Michigan's defense is really going to need to step up. Yeah, if you get Tiamu under pressure, he will make a mistake eventually. You have to be able to get home and really force him out of the pocket. Which they just haven't, they did once, and that was the overthrow on the 2-point try. But they haven't really been able to do it yet this game. Yeah, I don't get what DC's defensive plan was in this game. It's one of those where I think their mindset for this potentially was, let's win a shootout. But like I don't know. It's hard for me to say what their game plan was because it's just whatever it was, it has not been working. And that's the tough part about it. As we're entering halftime, we're also close to the second intermission. We have about 1:07 to play between the Panthers and Oilers in the second period. There has not been a lot of shots on goal in this game. So that's definitely something I like to see, but at the same time makes me nervous as hell. They have Edmonton has had so many shots where I'm like, how did nothing get by there? All right, there's the clear that we needed. Sends it down. Here comes the forecheck. Reinhardt gets there first. And couldn't keep it in, but we do have possession in the neutral zone. All right. 30 seconds left in the period. If we take the 2-0 lead into the third, I'll be happy with that. Edmonton's back. Florida's about going on the power play here. 20 seconds left in the period. Florida's going on the power play. Kulikov was it high stick or holding? Yeah, that's big. Oh, that's high stick. Okay, cool. The other thing I'll say about how DC is playing so far in this one is we're at halftime. I don't even see Birmingham being able to stop this team right now. DC just they got hot at the perfect time. Yeah, it does seem that way. But I mean, like, the key thing is, I think the main difference is, like, DC has done this now. I want to say they've done it twice. No, they've done it twice. Where they lose a tough matchup early on in the season. Like, they lost to San Antonio early in their first meeting. And then they got their get back in their second meeting. Meanwhile, and then, like, they lose the first one against Michigan. They adapted, they changed their game plan. And because of that, like they were much more prepared for this game. Meanwhile, Michigan, I think they're still trying to just stick to what has worked for them this season. And again, DC has made the adjustments. And because of that, it's like all of a sudden Michigan is not able to do what they have been able to do best. Where and that's all been the main issue. And yeah, again, the fumble and the kick return definitely changed this game as well, for sure. But at the same time, they got the ball back only down by 8. I mean, no, it wasn't even down by 8. They got the ball back down by 4 after that. And they still did nothing on that following drive. Which it is very tough to ask your offense to score on every drive they have the ball. But when DC's doing it, you have to as well. As also this game, Game 5, has entered the second intermission. So 20 minutes left to play in that one. Yeah, that as well. It was the same concept that they got their first touchdown on. You have the two inside receivers. You have the two inside receivers, one doing in break, one doing like I think Madden, I don't remember what Madden calls that route. We have the middle receiver running bait, we'll just say a post. It's not exactly what the route's called, but we'll just say a post. The middle receiver runs a post, the inside most receiver one runs a wheel, and it gets the safety confused, and they just don't pay attention to the outside guy. Because the safety has to have faith that the outside guy is able to get his man there. But it's the same concept, but he actually threw it to the outside man this time. It's tough. It's one that you should be able to make an adjustment to and stop. Maybe they will in the second half. And who knows? Maybe this game is just that, a tale of two halves. And all of a sudden we see the Panthers come out here in all cylinders and play fantastically well. I doubt it, but who knows? But they're going to need something out of this team. As we're at the intermission between the Florida Panthers and the Oilers, seeing the halftime show now, we're at halftime. I will quickly be right back because we're in a few times where stuff lines up. And I'm back. I mean, yeah, maybe you think of a new DC next year, but at the same time, just try and find better defensive players. And I really like what DJ Miller has shown this year. He's just been inconsistent. Same with Adonis Alexander, who's not playing at 100% for this game. And then they're missing Kanai Lovely. So their main corners are either not 100% or just not there for this game. So like maybe you try and fill in the gaps there and just run things back. I do think maybe the better idea is to get a different scheme out there, but just how realistic is that is the question. So we'll see. Well, but those are also coaches that were with this team last year that have been with this team. Right? Like Shannon Harris has always been under Reggie Barlow in terms of head coach. And then their DC is their previous DC's son. Like Blake Williams is Greg Williams' son. So yes, it's different coaches, but they're much in the same at the same time. So if you bring in a whole new defensive coordinator, who knows if you're going to have that same clean transition that DC was lucky to have this year. Who knows? Maybe it might be a San Antonio situation where things are just a complete mess. And by the way, if you haven't watched AJ Smith's interview that he had last week, I believe at this point, last week, go watch it. It really does shed a light on how much of a mess San Antonio was this year. Yeah, like Reggie Barlow did great job with this coaching staff, which is why I'm like, if like who knows how much of this staff is going to be back next year, because he's going to want most of these guys over in East Tennessee State, right? That's where he went, or is it just Tennessee State? I don't remember. And I know he went to a Tennessee something. I want to say it was Tennessee State because he's replacing Eddie George at whatever school that is. And I'm pretty sure that was Tennessee State. Could very easily be wrong though. Tennessee State? Okay. Nice. The Miami Heat, San Antonio Spurs, and Houston Rockets are Kevin Durant's preferred trade destinations. Okay. Cool. The Heat aren't going to get him. We don't have the assets. And they're still at halftime. They're doing the halftime show still. And with respect to, I believe it's Blackwoods is the band. Respect to them. I'm sure it's a case where I'll probably just rather listen to music off stream at a later point as a first listen. But good on them for getting a halftime show like this, getting put on a big stage. Also respect the Spurs jersey that the drummer is wearing. Is it good? I'm not listening to it right now. Probably should have, honestly. Again, it's a case where I probably just. I mean, here's what I'll do. I'll let me pull them up on Spotify. I'll just keep that up there to listen to it afterwards. That is some stuff I want to do after that. I can listen to these guys during. Hey, that. Yeah, I mean, it seems like they're a rock band of some kind. I'm in the rock, and I like that style. So definitely something I'll definitely, I probably will check it out at a later point, if anything. Black Moods is their name. Okay, these guys. All right. Wait, hold on. All right. Yeah, that was, yeah. The special teams units are out there. Kind of reminds me of when Evan McPherson stayed on the sideline during that Super Bowl's halftime show. Which that's a completely fair halftime show to stay on the field for. That was a great halftime show. Still at halftime in this one. Still at second intermission for the game 5. Yes, the Florida Panthers have a 2-0 lead. No, I'm not confident in that staying just yet. Part of me is thinking about potentially going live for game 6 if the Panthers win it. If the Panthers win today. I'm not sure yet if I am. If I do, it'll be on Tuesday. You guys see what I have what I have the next day, because that's going to be a late stream again. We'll see. So that commercial break should be the second half should be beginning momentarily here. And also, the idea of having the scoreboard was a very, I want to say last minute, but it was like a very how do I want to handle it type of decision to make before stream. So I ended up just pulling up, finding my old scoreboard template from last season and using that because I kind of like how it looks for the NHL. And because with that template, I don't do the same cut off things I do in this one. We have the teams are retaking the field here for the second half. And DC is now a 13.5-point favorite at the half. That's great. There we go. Interviewing Fred Cass, the offensive coordinator for DC, the assistant coach of the year this year for the UFL. Overs at 83 live odds? What? 52.5. And that obviously got beat in the first half, but damn, 83. Would that be the highest score in UFL game so far? If somehow this gets the over of 83, would that be the highest score in UFL game? I would imagine, right? I don't remember a game being that high scored. I mean, what the Michigan Birmingham game last week, that was only 73. So it wouldn't be too far off. I think that might be the highest now. Yeah, you never know. But DC gets ball to begin the second half, so don't need to make a stop before anything can be done about their offense. Kickoff underway. And that's going to bounce before the landing zone. DC will begin from the 50? Some excellent starting field position here for DC. I will say, when BT Potter's watermelon kickoff works, it works really, really well. When it doesn't, it leads to stuff like this. Yeah, I mean, again, early on in the season, it's pretty much preseason for some of these teams. Tiamu alone in shotgun, 56 combined points is the highest score in half in UFL history. As Tiamu looks to throw, pump fake and rolling to his left to buy some time, gets rid of it, incomplete, but nearly brought down there. Got the pressure. When you're able to get pressure, you're able to make magic happen. If you're Michigan's defense, have to keep it up though. You're really going to need this front seven to get home. Or at least not necessarily get home, but just create pressure scenarios. Tiamu and shotgun back to his right. Two receiving options to each side. Receiver sent in motion as they going to keep it up the middle with Tiamu. That's a first down carry, a gain of 11. And Tiamu is using his legs a bit more in this game than he has all year. But he's doing a really nice job in this game. Yeah, he's playing like he should have been the MVP, and there's a very fair argument to say that he should have. Handoff right side for Abram Smith. He's going to cut in and spin his way for a gain of roughly 5. All right, not bad. Not too shabby. So 2nd and 5, Tiamu and shotgun back to his right. Two receiving options to each side. Handoff up the middle. Abram Smith has room. A first down carry and then some. Gain of 9 on the play. And yeah, DC's keeping on. Tiamu and shotgun back to his right. Quick throw left side for a bubble screen. Roland has some space. That's a gain of roughly 5. And the simple stuff's working. Tiamu's also doing a great job getting the ball out quick most of the time. He's not being hesitant with his throws. Tiamu and shotgun back to his right. Two receiving options to each side. No, 3 receiving options to the right. My bad. 3 receivers to the right. And there's movement up front. We have a broken, not free play, nearly a free play. But it's going to be offsides on the Panthers, which will give DC a first down and 5 extra yards. Calling it on Taylor Stallworth, the D tackle, as the third period is underway between the Florida Panthers and the Edmonton Oilers. Yeah, him and Roland has some great chemistry. It's been on display the past few years. Tiamu going to hand this off left. No, going to keep it himself right side. Pass there to Roland once again. Breaks off 1 tackle. Going to gain 2. But that's a little. But again, the trickery there. Technically, that was a backwards pass as well. So it might give that actually a handoff there for Roland, some rushing yards. Yeah, third period underway. The Florida Panthers have about 1:20 left on this power play. Would love to be able to score on this. Tiamu going to hand this off up the middle for Deion Jackson. He's going to get about a yard, maybe 2. Gets near the 20, inside the 20, something like that. A third down coming up. Third and medium, we'll say. So 3rd and 6 coming up. Yeah, ball in the 19. Tiamu and shotgun back to his left. 3 receivers to the right after sending the receiver in motion left to right. As Tiamu will look to throw. Has time. Pass right side off the mark and incomplete. Some miscommunication there between him and Jaden Mickens. So 4th and 6. They make a third down stand. But it's in field goal range. So this lead's going to get extended to 21 potentially. Matt McCrane on to try and extend this lead. From 38 yards out, the ball is centered. Kick is up, and it is right down the middle. Matt McCrane, again, one of the better kickers in the UFL. Having a down year this year, but still, he has that leg to him. 21-point lead, and we're about to see Michigan's offense for the first time this half. 2 minutes have passed in this third period. Where if we blow another multi-goal lead in this series, man. We had a commercial break in the UFL game. Florida has puck in the O-zone, but... Oh, wait, good. Good pressure. Nah, I'm just going to get it out. Okay. Alright, that better not be a tripping call. Nope, okay, cool. Still a commercial break here between the DC Defenders and the Michigan Panthers. 3 minutes have passed in the third period between the Florida Panthers and Edmonton Oilers. Hopefully a Panther team wins tonight. There's a commercial break. I mean, if we're able to, not gonna say it. Not gonna say it. Don't want any jinxes over here. We've already done a kind of reverse jinx on Michigan today. Florida iced the puck. There we go. Nice clear out the zone. Don't get caught in the change. That's happened too many times in these playoffs. Good puck movement, can get it possession in the O-zone. All right. Just coming back from a commercial break here between DC and Michigan. The 21-point DC lead in the championship. It's definitely been more entertaining than last year's game, even with it being a relatively similar style of a blowout. The at least fact is both teams have had solid drives. DC's offense is really clicking on all cylinders. Still have yet to punt the ball in this game. Pretty sure they're now 7 for 7 on scoring drives in this game. As we're just coming back from commercial break, we get to see league MVP Bryce Perkins for the first time in the second half, trying to mount this comeback that seems unlikely at this point, but you never know. Kickoff underway, going to be returned beginning from inside the 5. Trying to find some room, will be brought down near the 26, I believe. Here comes this Michigan offense. Bryce Perkins, he won MVP and Offensive Player of the Year. I don't agree with him winning both. He definitely should have won one of the two. But I definitely feel like at least Offensive Player of the Year should have gone to either Teamu or Jacob Sailors. Perkins in shotgun, back to his left, 3 receiving options to the left as well. Going to hand this off up the middle, and there is going to be a gain of about 5-ish there. Gets up to about the 26 now. Yeah, again, you're gonna need a bit of a miracle to come back from this. But there's definitely a possibility. The win probability for the Defenders is not at 100% just yet. Perkins in shotgun, back to his right, 2 receivers to each side. 2nd and 7 coming up. As Perkins will look to throw. Quick pass right side is caught up, bobbled, and incomplete. Trying to get a screenplay going there for COC Mariner. Couldn't hang on. 3rd and 7 coming up. Oh, Marchand! Marchand! His 2nd of the night! As Perkins in shotgun back to his left, 2 receivers on each side. 3rd and 7 from the 25. I'll update the score in the other Panther game in a sec. Perkins to throw. Shifting to his left, still looking. Now going to look to keep it himself. Now rolling back to his right, still finding room. Pass over the middle is off the mark and intercepted. Going the other way with its DC. Has room. Has room. Can get down to the 31. Bryce Perkins. He's off his game right now, but at least the other Panther team is playing well. That is true as well. I mean, I kind of was thinking. They just showed someone in the Edmonton crowd take off his Oilers jersey to reveal a Panther one underneath. That's funny. Yeah, that's doing too much there by Perkins. Like that's rough. And yeah, again, probabilities don't mean much, which is why I was saying before the interception that Michigan has a chance in this game. One sec. Damu and shotgun back to his right, 2 receiving options to each side. Gonna hand it. No, play action looking to throw. Pass over the middle is incomplete. Looking for Ty Scott, a hospital pass there. But luckily, not a big hit was laid, and also ball comes incomplete. Yeah, it's it is a rough one out here to be a Michigan sports fan. All right, 2nd and 10, Tiamu in shotgun back to his left. 2 receiving options to each side, looking to throw. Pass left side's a tight end screen there, and has some room. Gets inside the 20 and down to about the 16, maybe the 15. That's Mason Fairchild on the reception, as Ben Bresnahan is not dressed for this game. Yeah. It's a rough one. Hey, I'm not ready to call this game 5 done yet. It's Deion Jackson handoff left side, touchdown DC. They continue to add on to this lead. How much longer till we see Mike DeLetto? That's my question. Yeah. And yeah, there's an Edmonton goal. That's why I'm not ready to say the Panthers have won game 5 just yet. Yeah, McDavid gets his first of the series. Right, that's his first of the series. That's a tough one to give up to him. 1 point try from the 2. Tiamu going to hand this off of the middle to Abram Smith. And he is going to be close. Going to mark him down shy. So it's a 27-point lead for DC. And yeah, I mean, hey, it's still technically 3 possessions. It's a very tough 3 possessions to come back from, with it being 27. But it is still 3 possessions in the UFL. So we'll see. As there's 12.5 to play in game 5. It's a 3-1 Florida Panthers lead. I would definitely like to see Michigan score another touchdown. So that way maybe the Panthers get another goal. $8:19 to play in the 3rd quarter here between DC and Michigan. That's going to commercial break. 12:08 left in the 3rd period between Florida and Edmonton, and that puck goes out of play, and that's going to a commercial break. Yeah, the issue is that Michigan's defense is just not showing up in this game. I mean, what's that now? 8 straight scoring drives in this game? Like 8 straight scoring drives is crazy. And at the same time, like there's what now they're probably like I want to say 20 for 23 on scoring drives in these playoffs. Like, they've been hot on every cylinder these playoffs. Like DC has thoroughly impressed me with their level of play. Yeah, every drive is points. And I mean, hey, not like DC has been wanting this chance again ever since losing the XFL championship to Arlington 2 years ago. They have been desperate to get back to this spot. So hey, they made sure they were ready to play in this instance. As again, both games are at commercial break, and I fucking hate it. Yeah, they have gotten better pretty much every game. It's been a hell of a season for DC. We will see. All right, Edmonton, Florida is coming back from commercial break now, and man, this being a 2-goal game, I do not feel confident about. Yeah, that's a good point as well. Like beating in Birmingham first game of the season was, and the way that they beat them as well, like that was really good. Oh, Reinhardt! It's back to a 3-goal lead for the Panthers. Fuck yes! There we go. Now I'm feeling better. What a shot from the slot. Okay, we're feeling better now. 11:50 to play in the third period. Is back to a 3-goal lead. I'm feeling better. As we're just coming back from commercial break between DC and Michigan. What a shot from Rhino. Hell yeah. That's bar down. Reinhardt has always been one of my favorite players for the Panthers because wearing number 13. I mean, I'm a Marino guy. When I was playing, I always tried to wear 13. I like that number a lot. The fact that he wears it as well, I've always liked Reinhardt. He was actually the first like Panther gear I got after a long time. Was a shirt for Reinhardt. That's nice. Kickoff underway. Going to be returned beginning from inside the 5. Going to get up past the 25. Has room down the right side. And can be brought down by Matt McCrane near the, what's that, 36-ish? All right, so the Panthers have scored 4 goals. Where is the 4th touchdown for the other Panthers? We need to keep this trend going. Again, I love being impartial to the UFL for this reason. Yeah, number 13 on the kick return there as well. But he's not been having as good of a day, so let's not worry about that. Perkins in shotgun back to his left, 2 receivers to each side. 8:12 to play in this third quarter. Play action looking to throw. Pass right side is going to be too high and incomplete. Looking for Siosi Marner. I've talked about it before. About how like I'm glad I have been impartial and an impartial viewer for the UFL these past 2 years. For as much as I would love the Guardians to come back in some capacity, I'm very glad to be impartial to the UFL because it has made these streams that much better. If you tuned into any of my Dolphins streams last year, especially early on in that season, it was not fun streams, and I feel bad about them. But I just have that much passion towards the Dolphins. Pass left side is going to be incomplete. Looking for the halfback screen to Nate McCrary. Like especially that week 4 against the Titans, That was not a good stream in the second half. But like it's tough when the Dolphins are not playing well for me to try and keep the same energy going. But it's also kind of like, again, I've been around football YouTube long enough as a fan of a bunch of guys to know that those are also the games and the post videos end up doing the best in the first place. A QB keeper for Bryce Perkins on 3rd and 10 is going to try and find some room down the right side. Going to pick up about 5 or 6. Which, hey, that's the first time they ran a QB keeper for Bryce Perkins. He has not been using his legs a lot today. DC has done a great job containing him as well. Fourth and 4. I mean, you're down by 27. I feel like you have to go for it at this point. No. They're going to send out the punting unit. I mean, I get it, but your defense has done nothing in this game. Or maybe they're just trying to get them to jump and they'll end up calling a timeout. No, okay, there's a snap. Punt comes off clean. Going to be returned beginning from the 11. Trying to find room down that right side. Breaks off one tackle and getting brought down near the 12. So not a big return there for Jaden Mickens. But with how this DC offense has been playing this year, I don't think you're too worried about it. Yeah, it's a bold strategy, Cotton. We'll see if it pays off for them. Yeah, it's not so far today. Yeah. I mean, I feel the same way about college football. Like, yeah, like I have the school I go to that I like rooting for. I much prefer watching the college games where I don't really care who wins, and I tune in for like the final 5 minutes to see a really good game. Like that's what I love about college football. Handoff up the middle, going to be Abram Smith with some room, going to pick up the first down and a gain of 12. Yeah, I love spring football as well. It is really rejuvenated. I want to say rejuvenated, but it has made me love football that much more. Where it's just like I was like now I get to see how football should be viewed. And not to say that being a passionate fan is a bad thing. Again, I am a diehard Dolphins fan, but being impartial is really what really brings out the best of football. Handoff left side, going to bring about 5 on the play. That's why it's like you should not only be watching your team play for football. Watch the primetime games as well. Like watch other things besides just your team. I was just a Dolphins watcher for a good chunk. Yeah, you have no disappointment. You just watch some fun action. Jet sweep right side, gonna have some room there for Chris Rowland to pick up the first down, a gain of roughly 8 on that play. Yeah. I mean, I'm not shocked the crowd did not show up for this game. I mean, St. Louis wasn't playing, and that's what they were hoping for. Now, you're not going to get a big crowd in St. Louis without the Battlehawks in it. And yeah, I was talking about that at halftime, where we are, maybe 3 points away from this being the highest score in UFL game so far. I'm pretty sure last week's USFL championship is the highest scoring game at 73 points. Going to hand this, keeping himself up the middle is Teamu on the read option. Gonna have some room, pick up about 4, but not much else afterwards. But this game is currently at 67? Yeah. Yeah, I think it's at 67. It's like in high 60s, I want to say. San Antonio has not been kind to the UFL this season in terms of scheduling games. I doubt they would have been able to schedule this in there. I feel like if anything, this game should have been played in Canton. Make it a true neutral site. Handoff right side, gonna have some room there for Deion Jackson to pick up 8 and a first down, but a penalty marker down. That's the other thing with this game. There has not been a lot of penalties, and it has been better off for it. It's going to be holding on DC. Push them back, replay second down. I don't think the Stallions do much better, if I'm being honest. I think this was the best matchup to get. Well, with the Stallions, maybe you have this be more so of a proper shootout. But DC has just been firing on all cylinders these playoffs. No team was going to be able to play them. No team was going to be able to stop them. So, like, if it's DC Birmingham, you just have a slugfest through the air. But that still leans DC. Yamu and Shaka in the back to each side for 2nd and 16 from the 32. Play action looking to throw. Has time. Passing deep. Over the middle. Has a man. That's going to be caught inside the 35 to the 33. It is Seth Williams. Come out of nowhere the past 3-4 weeks. And has been a fantastic deep threat for the defenders. I think he's inside the 25 there, actually. That's a great throw. Yeah, Tiamu is killing it. He has to be close to 500 yards by this point, right? I agree with that as well. Canton should be a sight for a game. Whether that's the kickoff game or that's a championship. It should be a spring football game there. Handoff left side is going to gain about 9 there for Abram Smith. So 2nd and 1 coming up. Yeah, take care. Again, reminder for those who are like, this game's out of reach, don't care. A bunch of more content coming up in the next few weeks. Next week begins the NFL offseason reviews and season previews. We'll begin with the AFC East, obviously, and then go from there. And also, we do the same live streams for the NFL, entire season. Handoff left side to Abram Smith, still fighting his way inside the 5 down to the 3. Yeah, subscribe, stick around. Really appreciate it. We're close to 250, I believe. No, not 450, I believe. Trying to get to 500 by the start of the NFL season or by the end of the year, whatever happens. Yeah, we begin the offseason stuff next week because the UFL is just taking up that much time where I couldn't get like the proper stuff I would want to for those. I'm also changing up how I did them compared to last season as well, so hopefully things work out well. He's only 400? I could have sworn he was more than. He had 320 at the end of the half. Tiamu handoff up the middle on 1st and goal, and going to be stopped at the line for no gain. Like, he was at 320 at the end of the first half. I'm shocked he's only at close to 400 by this point. Oh, that was nearly a terrible let in by Bob. Holy shit. All right, one more play is needed for the end of the quarter. 40 seconds remain. And Edmonton goes empty net with 5 minutes? What? I mean, sure, but okay. Tamu handoff Deion Jackson up the middle. And he's going to fight his way. The pile gets stood up. Mark's just shy about the half-yard line. So that's going to be the end of the quarter. It will be 3rd and goal when we get back from the commercial break. Oh yeah, DC is 100% at this point trying to just drain the clock. You're not really looking to run up the score too much in football. It's just a way to be like, sportsmanship and shit. Yep, commercial break, end of the 3rd quarter, 15 minutes to play before we crown a new spring football champion in basically 3 years since the Stallions have returned. They have been the true spring kings. A new one gets crowned tonight, and by the looks of it, it will be DC. And what a way this would be for Jordan Ta'amu to end his career. You end off right into the sunset with the championship, a UFL championship MVP type performance, and just all around a MVP worthy season, one that you played really well in. This would be the perfect send-off if this is it. Obviously, who knows what the future holds for him and Luis Perez. But man, oh man, what a way this would be to end. I'm in the same boat. Remember, again, Dolphin fan, we should have put up 73 against Denver. I don't care what anybody says. We should have set the record in that game. I'm pissed we didn't, especially looking at how that season ended. We should have put up 73 in that game. I was rooting for it. But there's all this thing about karma and what, it's dumb. If you can score, you score. Obviously, like, if it's a close game and you're doing the whole time management, get down early type thing, then yeah, that's understandable. But for sports, like, come on. Run up the score a bit. Don't maybe deliberately try to run up the score, but just keep playing like you have been. Throw in the backups and let them run up the score if need be. Yeah, I would love it as well if DC just keeps running up this thing. As we're at a commercial break in this game for the end of the quarter, we're also at a commercial break between Florida and Edmonton. So I have to wait for one of these to exit commercial break at some point. Both are still at commercial break. Should begin at, yeah. Florida Edmonton's might be out of commercial break. Actually, both are just about to exit commercial break. Hell yeah. There's 3.5 to play in the third period between Florida and Edmonton. And we have a whole quarter to play here between DC and Michigan. Yeah. Edmonton is just waiting to go empty net again. We're just going empty net this early. I mean, you're down by 3. I get it, but still. Now, here comes the empty net. Still waiting for play to officially resume here in the championship game. It's a 3rd and goal for DC at about the half-yard line. As Edmonton just scores to put it within 2. Okay, what are we doing? Hey, Bob Flash, welcome in. I am now nervous again. There's 3:13 to play. It's a 2-goal game. I hate this. Third and goal from the half-yard line, waiting for play to begin here again. That's just a snipe from the blue line. I mean, that's insane. But it's beating Bob High again. Like, they've been sniping him. All right, Tiamu and shotgun back behind him. Lineman in now as well. As Tiamu's going to play action, look to throw. Rolling right side, has time. Wide open. Brilly Moore. Touchdown, DC. They keep adding on to this lead, and I love to see it. Now a 33-point lead as Edmonton goes empty net once again. Under 3 minutes to play in Game 5. Florida with a 2-goal lead. They get a much-needed clear. I swear, if you blow another 3-goal lead. Hey, all good. All good. I understand. Yes, there's now a penalty on this play. Probably a post-play penalty. Yeah, penalty would be enforced on the try. So touchdown stands, and what a game for DC, and especially Jordan Ta'amu. And what might be his final foray in the spring football. Him and Luis Perez might be riding to the sunset together here. And boy, again, what a performance if this is truly his last one. Edmonton goes empty net with 2:20 to play in the third period, down by 2. I swear, Florida. Score an empty net goal. It's not that hard. How did that not go? God damn it, Bob. All right, there's the clear. Gonna force Edmonton to tag up, but something about the Panthers and empty net goals against the Oilers. They just do not mix. I don't get it. Another much needed clear there for the Panthers. Don't get caught in a change. Still waiting for the kickoff in this one. That's why, or the conversion attempt. That's why we're chatting here. A minute 40 empty net. Yeah, the mini beer snake is nice. Hey, there's someone wearing a New York Guardians jersey as well. Fuck. Hell yeah. Tiamu and shotgun back to his right. Three receivers to the right as well. The 1-point try from the 17-yard line. Tiamu looking to throw. Let's make the Lero in. Pass right side. Going to be incomplete, but a penalty marker down. Bringing in the backups. I had to bring that out there. I always feel kind of bad not wearing it. For though it's a championship, I should have the spring football jersey on. It's just what happened today was game 5 as well. As there was a defensive holding penalty against Michigan. We're going to redo the conversion attempt. Edmonton now calls a timeout. A minute 40 to play after Florida iced the puck. I swear, if we blow it on a 3-goal lead against this team. All right, so Mike DeLeo in, the backup. In shotgun, back to his right, ball on the 12-yard line, going for the 1-point try. 2 receivers on each side. Send the receiver in motion left to right. DeLeo in shotgun, looking to throw. Pass over the middle is incomplete. Looking for Jaden Mickens. Ball was too low and outside. So it will remain a 33-point game in what has been the highest scoring UFL game in history. I think definitely the most points put up by a single team in UFL history. 52 on the night for DC. Talk about a statement win. And yeah, Jordan Ta'amu, he's most likely going to be championship game MVP. He has fully deserved it. We still have 15 minutes to play in this game, by the way. Like, what a save by Bob. Holy. Then there it is. Empty net goal. Finally. Etu Luosterainen puts this game on ice. The Panthers take a 3-2 lead in this series. I'm confident in saying that now. Yeah. Actually, no. The over is 52.5. They have not hit the over on their own. Why do they have a belt? I mean, I get it, but why do they have a belt? But yeah, DC technically has not hit the over by themselves. They're a half-point shy. But that's still funny. Return will be down the end zone for a touchback. You'll begin from the 35. They most likely will, yeah. There's plenty of time left to probably get they're most likely will. Bryce Perkins still taking the field here for Michigan. I'm shocked it's not Danny Edling. Like, I feel like you would want to get Edling some reps here. But we'll see. Good save, Bob. 56 seconds to play in game 5. Perkins in shotgun back to his right. 2 receiving options to each side. As Perkins is going to play action, look to throw. Pass right side, caught by Malik Turner in the flat. Has room to run. A first down and more. A gain of about 16. There we go. 1st and 10 coming up. And yeah, Edmonton's not even going empty net anymore. This was a much needed win for Florida. All you have to do is protect home ice in game 6. Perkins in shotgun back to his left. Two receivers to each side. Ball on the plus 49. Handoff up the middle for Nate McCreary. Has some room down the left side, but a great tackle by the ankles there by Anthony Hines. Saves what could have been a touchdown carry. And it remains, and it's a second down coming up. 17 seconds. Yeah, clear. Perkins in shotgun back to his right, going to hand this off once again to McCreary left side. Has some room, breaks two tackles, fighting his way to the 29. So a first down carry for Nate McCreary. Oh, they're just letting this clock run during the scuffling, huh? Yeah, a lot of pushing and shoving to end this game between Florida and Edmonton, but that will do it. So Perkins alone in shotgun. Three receivers to the right, two to the left. Ball on the 30, looking to throw. Pressure coming, pass deep, left side, going for it all, and overthrown incomplete. Looking for COC Marner, put just too much into it. Yeah, showing highlights from week 6. Back when Michigan was able to put their own beat down over the DC defenders. Obviously, they're completely different tail of the tape in this one. Perkins in shotgun back to his right, going to hand this off up the middle, and that's going to be a gain of 4 for Toa Tawa. Oh, so let me add one more. Perkins in shotgun. Perkins in shotgun looking to throw. Has time, pass over the middle, is caught by Malik Turner. Penalty marker down. Turner breaks one tackle, spins his way. It's a touchdown for Michigan. We'll see if this stands. I misspelled lead there. There we go. It's offsides on DC. The Panthers score a touchdown. Penalty decline. They finally get back on the board. That's the well, whatever. There we go. They cut into this deficit and are an extra point. Finally, to get back on to find the end zone again. There's still a chance, potentially. There's still 12-10 to play in this game. You really don't know. Two-point try from the 5. Perkins to throw. Pass left side, going to be incomplete. Do it behind COC Mariner. It will remain a 27-point game. I'm not surprised by that, Flash. I mean, what? I'm like 99% sure that LSU has like damn near doubled their pace already from when they broke their record. So like y'all are gonna be just fine in that. As we're at commercial break, actually now that this game is over, let me boot it up on this monitor. All right, we're at commercial break. I will quickly be right back. All right. See you like commercial break. Be back. I mean, hey, we're actually close to getting the next update for the Jello Shot Challenge, which is cool. You know what? Again, you know what really sucks about this outcome down here? We had a 3-0 lead in game 4, and we choked it away in overtime. For the first time that has happened in Stanley Cup history. This series should have ended tonight. But instead, we have a game 6 on Tuesday. That's what's the most frustrating about this win. But to be fair, there's also a very fair argument that we should have swept. As again, both of Edmonton's wins in this series came in overtime, off of dumb mistakes. Like, all right, I have Michigan can go for the 4th and 12. I do not hate this decision. With 12:10 to play, they're going for the 4th and 12 from the 28. There's only been one truly successful attempt at this. There has been 3 retentions. 2 of them have come off penalties. Only one team has truly been able to keep possession. I mean, at this point, if Michigan's going to win, you have to keep the offense on the field for the entirety of these remaining 12-10. Perkins alone in shotgun. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. They free play. Now they're calling the play dead. Come on. Should have been a free play. It's a 4th and 7 coming up. Unless they say a false start here. Nope. Neutral zone infraction. A 4th and 7 coming up. A little more manageable. So 4th and 7. Perkins in shotgun back to his left. 2 receivers to each side. Trying to keep retention here. Sending the receiver in motion left to right. Perkins looking to throw. Pressure coming. Pass right side. Has a man wide open. It's Devin Ross. They convert. They keep possession. And it's ball near the plus 45. Yeah, so they're sitting they're not just fine, but I mean, there's a chance. It's very small, but there's a chance. Yeah, it's 11 p.m. EST when the Rocco's Jello Shot gets updated. Perkins alone in shotgun. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right, looking to throw. Has some time. Pass over the middle. It's going to be caught by Cole Hicatini. Gets inside the 25 and down to the 21. Going a bit hurry up here. Hey. Don't blink now. Perkins in shotgun. Back to his right. 3 receivers to the left. 1st and 10 from the 21-yard line. Perkins to throw. Pressure coming. Rolling to his left to buy some time. Still looking. Passing left side. Has a man inside the 10. Down to the 6. It's the OC Mariner. Here come the Panthers. Oh, did the LSU win tonight? And I know you said you were watching that game, but you didn't say an outcome. At least I don't think. Oh, you did say that Tigers beat the Rays. Okay, that's all me. All right, 1st and goal, 10:50 to play. It's a 27-point game, which is 3 possessions. But you're gonna need to make sure you hit your 3-point tries. That's the toughest part about this. is making sure you hit your 3-point tries. It added 4 seconds back on the clock. Perkins in shotgun, keeping it himself right side, breaks off one tackle, looking, trying to keep it himself, unable to break off a second, and only gains a yard. And a second to go from the 4. Yeah, I mean, if they need to, I mean, if they're gonna need a lot of luck from this offense to be able to come back in this one. The key thing is how many 4th and 12s can they convert? Because if they can just keep getting those, they can score 5 touchdowns. It's fine. Looking to throw in second and goal. Perkins, end zone caught. Malik Turner, and they cut into this deficit even more. And we have hit we have tied the live over of 83. This is dead. This might be an 100-point game, which would be crazy. We're at 83 combined points. One more point gets the live over that was at the half. And this also marks the highest score in UFL game in history. The 2-point try. 2-point try from the 5. Perkins in shotgun looking to throw. DC sends pressure, gets picked up. Perkins pass is dropped, but penalty marker down in the end zone. Samson Nakua, the ball goes through his hands of Samson Nakua. We'll see what his penalty is. Might be holding. Yep, it's defensive holding. They're gonna have another shot at this. Calling it on Bryce Thompson. There's 9:57 to play in this game. Getting the 2-point try will make this a 19-point game. So still 3 possessions, which is why going for 2 was an interesting play. Perkins in shotgun back to his right, 2 receiving options to each side. 2-point try from the 2. Perkins going to hand this off to McCrary up the middle, and he gets stopped about a half a yard shy. It will remain a 21-point game. So still 3 possessions. And they're going to go for the 4th and 12 once again. Because they have to. Yeah, for the Panthers to win, we'll have a total score of 105 at the minimum. Which is, really, NFL games don't even get to that point. I'm pretty sure that would tie the 4th highest score in NFL game, which was Chiefs-Rams from 2018, that Monday night game. That was a 54-51 final. And I believe that's the 4th highest scoring game. So this could be a great showcase here. We'll see. We're at commercial break before another 4th and 12 try here for Michigan. Yeah, I want to say basketball scores, college basketball scores, basically. We'll see. We will see, though. So, like commercial break. Okay, yeah, that's fair as well, yeah. Like, what? And the next NBA Finals game is on Monday, right? Which is weird that there's a 3-day break, but I kind of get it. And like, I turned off. I mean, now both game 1 and game 4 of the NBA Finals, I have turned off, like with 3 minutes to play in the fourth. And both of those games, the outcome was different than I was expecting. Crazy. All right, Michigan going for another 4th and 12, down by 21, with 9:57 to play. In theory, they can just keep rattling these off and not let DC get the ball back. Because the other thing, as they keep getting these, the DC's defense is going to keep getting tired. Perkins alone in shotgun, 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. 4th and 12 from their own 28. Perkins to throw. Pressure coming, trying to avoid it. Breaks off 1 sack. Pass left side, has a man. It's caught. That's a gain of 15. And they convert another 4th and 12. It's Malik Turner on the reception. Hold on. We got ourselves something here. Michigan not going down without a fight. Perkins in shotgun, back to his right. 2 receivers to each side. And we're going to have a stoppage before this next play with 9:27 to play. DC is calling a much needed timeout. Their guys are getting tired there. Their defense is getting tired. Nine and a half to play. The other thing, Michigan's going to need to go quick with these. They're down by 21 still. They're going to need to go quick. You're going to need at minimum 3 more touchdowns in 9.5 minutes. You can't spend too much time on these drives. Perkins in shotgun, 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left, ball on the 43. Perkins to throw. DC sends pressure and sacked. Sacked back at the 36, penalty marker down. We'll see what this is. But Perkins is sacked. That could be a big play by this defense. It's offsides. It's offsides on DC, on Derek Roberson. That was the play they needed to stop the bleed, to stop the momentum. And that was the 1st and 5. 9:20 to play. If Michigan pulls this off. Also, how many touchdowns did they have now? That's 4, right? They've had 4 this game, I want to say. So they need 1 more to keep the coincidences going. Perkins in shotgun, back to his left, 3 receivers to the right, looking to throw. Quick pass right side, caught by Devin Ross. Has some room. Breaks off 1 tackle, going to get down to the 41. That's the plus 41. 8:45 to play in the game. You have to go quicker. You have to go quick. You need 3 touchdowns in 8 minutes 40 seconds. Perkins in shotgun, back to his left, 2 receivers to each side. Perkins looking to throw. Pressure coming, rolling to his left. Pass left, caught by Tawa. Has some room, gets 9, maybe 10, and out of bounds. 8:26 to play. 2 would be smarter because you only need 1 2-point try, and the rest can be 1-point tries. So I think at least initially you have to go for a 1-point try. You go 1-point try here. If that doesn't work, you go for 2 in the next one, and then you go for 2 in the next 2. Perkins in shotgun back to his right, 3 receivers to the right as well. Going to hand this off up the middle to Nate McCreary, trying to find some room. Going to fight his way for a gain of about 3, maybe 4. Don't like that play call. You got 7:45 to play in the game. You have to go quick. You have to go quicker than that. You need chunk plays. Second and 7. Perkins in shotgun back to his right, 2 receivers to each side. Ball on the 27, looking to throw. Pressure coming. Perkins rolls right, buying some time. Pump faking, still rolling. Penalty marker down and brought down out of bounds for a loss of 3. What is the penalty? It's holding on Michigan. And even though there's still 7:22 to play, that might just do it. Losing 10 yards there, something you cannot have happened. And yeah, that's a clear holding as well. I mean, they still have their challenge to use on something else, either on this drive or a future one if they have a chance. But you need to you can't be wasting too much time. Perkins in shotgun, 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Second and 17. Ball now on the 37-yard line. Perkins looking to throw. Quick pass left side is going to be tipped around and caught by a lineman who has some room to run up to the 31. That got bounced around by like 3 or 4 different players. Eventually, Noah Johnson, the center, catches this ball. Luckily, that's not picked off. And luckily gains about 6. That is, I don't know how that goes for 6, but it did. What a play by Noah Johnson. Now 3rd and 11, 6.5 to play. Perkins in shotgun, back to his left, 3 receivers to the right looking to throw. Some pressure coming. Perkins pass right side off the mark, incomplete. Looking for Devin Ross. 4th and 11, game on the line. Ain't no way you're kicking a field goal here. Ain't no way. You're down by 21. I mean, yeah, kicking a field goal makes it a 2-possession game, so technically you can. But no, you need a touchdown on this drive. It feels at least. 6 minutes to play, 4th and 11. Game on the line. Perkins in shotgun back to his left. And we have a timeout called by DC. Get your guys some rest. Get you guys some water. Or Gatorade, most likely. You saw what Michigan lined up in. It was a back to Perkins' left, 3 receivers to the right. This is the game right here at this point. I mean, do you go for the field goal and try and get the 4th and 12? It's like yeah, they're sending out BT Potter. They're gonna make it. They're gonna try and make it an 18-point game. It'll be back to 2 possessions, but now you're putting so much weight on the 3-point tries. You're putting so much weight on them. I mean, I get it, bud. If it was 4th and shorter, you go for it. Because it's 4th and 11, yeah, I mean, you because you need to convert this same thing again anyway, might as well. 49-yard try from the left hash to make it an 18-point game with 5:52 to play. BT Potter. Kick is up. And it is right down the middle. It's an 18-point game with 5:47. And out comes Bryce Perkins once again for the 4th and 12. My only issue with that is now you have to go for 3 points. Now you have to. In order just to tie the game, you still need 3 more drives. At least if you went for it there and converted and got a touchdown, you would have only needed 2 extra drives at minimum. Now you still need 3. That's the other idea, is you make the score look better in case you don't end up coming back in this, which fair, I guess. But like you need 3 drives. Unless of course the game could have to go into overtime, but you need 3 drives. You need 3 chances. Because again, in case you don't get the conversion attempts, you're gonna need 3 drives. And with 5:47, it's a risky gamble. Perkins in shotgun back to his left, 3 receivers to the right. 4th and 12. It has been just about 7 minutes since we last seen DC's offense. Perkins to throw, pressure sent. Gets picked up. Perkins pass, left side incomplete. Nearly picked off through the hands of one DeAndre Thomas. And that's gonna do it. Yeah. Oh, he missed someone. Oh, he missed someone deep over the middle. Yeah, Malik Turner was open. I mean, the idea is you have all 3 timeouts still. If you can get a 3 and out, force and get it back to a 20, you still need 3 drives. Like I don't agree with going for the field goal. It kind of makes sense, but you're gonna need to you need to convert a 4th and 11 already. Tiamu keeps it left side on the read option, gonna have some room, breaking some tackles. Gonna get about 4 on the play inside of 25. Yeah, it's tough. I mean, it was a hell of an effort here at the end. But man. All right, 2nd and 6, 5:02 to play. Handoff right side for Chris Rowland on a jet sweep is going to get 5.5. It is 3rd down. And you make the stop, though. Yeah, they're going to run it out. But if they get a 3 and out, they're going to get the ball back. The game essentially comes down to this play. It essentially comes down to this. If Michigan wants a sliver of hope remaining, they need to make this stop here. Tom Moon shotgun back behind him, 2 receiving options to each side. Handoff up the middle. Abram Smith is close. It is very close. The spot is short. They make the stop. There's no shot you go for this if you're DC. There's no shot. Yes, it's 4th and inches. Just make it a 3-possession game. They have to just be trying to get them to jump. There is no way they go for this. Jamu in shotgun, a back to his right, a tight end in the backfield to his right as well, and a receiver in the backfield to his left. They hand this off right side for Rowland. They convert the 10-5. Chris Rowland, I should shut up. Chris Rowland touchdown. That's the dagger. 58 points. 58 points. I think that's the most in spring football history at this point. I'm not sure what other matchup has this. Also, if you're Michigan, you have to find something to challenge on that play. You need to. It doesn't matter. Just throw the challenge flag and make up some bullshit. Hope you're right. That's all you can do. You need to throw the challenge there. You need to. Give yourselves that very sliver shot there. Even if you don't see anything, just make up something and hope Blandino is smoking that good shit right now. To be fair though, Michigan never really had a pass defense. They always just made plays. 1 point try from the 2. Handoff left side, gonna get nowhere. Loss of about 5. It's a 24-point game with 3:30 to play. So, technically, if a miracle happens, Michigan can definitely come back in this. But, again, gonna need a miracle. There's been quite a few different question moves made by Michigan tonight. It's the 4th and 3 from midfield near the end of the third quarter. It's the 2-point try instead of a 3-point try after their previous touchdown. And then arguably that field goal try. I mean, it's just, Yeah, I mean, you're not gonna win a shootout when you're not gonna win you're not gonna win a shootout when the opposing offense is 10 for 10 on scoring drives. Like, that's the craziest part about all of this. DC has yet to punt the ball. They're just cooking that much. They went about 7 minutes in between offensive snaps and still cooked with ease. As this kickoff goes out of bounds. Like, this was a masterclass from DC. And their defense made a few key stops early. But still, this was, all things considered, Michigan's offense still played well. That's the crazy thing. All right, Perkins to throw on 1st and 10. Pass right side, caught by Malik Turner. That's a gain of about 11, but he's slow to get up. Oh, that's a tough loss. Malik Turner slow to get up after the gain of about 12. Yeah, nothing wrong with the Panthers offense. It's been this defense that just did not show up today. But like, at the same time, that's been DC this year. They've been making teams look like that. Jordan Teamu, man. Give him the championship game MVP right now. He full on deserves it. Over 400 yards passing, 4 touchdowns. Like, God. Talk about having yourself a game. And again, not to say Bryce Perkins played bad. It's just the defense. Perkins in shotgun back to his left. 2 receivers to each side. As you look to throw it once more. Perkins, with some time, going to step up and pass it. That's caught for a gain of about 6 for Toa Tawa. 3 minutes remain. I wouldn't say perfect. He still had that bad interception. But a really, really good game. Perkins in shotgun back to his right, looking to throw in 2nd and 4. Pressure coming, rolling to his left to buy some more time. Avoids one would-be sack, avoids a second. Now going to take it himself and pick up about 2. 2:40 to play. We have one more play before the 2-minute warning. And yeah, we still have the 2-minute warning to go. I said at the top of this stream that I thought we would be ending with the outcome of the Panthers Oilers. I thought that game was going to overtime. Handoff up the middle for Talwas going to pick up the first down, a gain of 4. This game ended when there was 12 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Yeah, you're not going to see much better out of a UFL guy, definitely. Again, Perkins is going to find himself on a training camp roster for sure. Perkins looks to throw on 1st and 10. Launcher one deep. Left side has a man, but slightly overthrown for Samson Nakua. He was open. He was open there. Almost. And we're heading to the 2-minute warning. 1:54 to play. The 2-minute warning has arrived. And again, unless a literal angel in the outfield type of miracle happens, this game is going to be DC's to lose. Oh, we have the Botflash, if he's still here. We have the Jello shot update. Yeah, to no one's surprise, LSU is at close to 10,200 on the amount of Jello shots they have. Murray State is still in second at just about 5,400. Then is Arkansas at just about 4,800. The only other team with over 1,000 is Arizona at 1,160. So not too shabby. Oh no, Coastal Carolina is also there at 2,471. LSU is going off. Yeah, the Gatorade bath. But what color do you think it's gonna be? I'm gonna say it's a yellow Gatorade bath. You know what? Attendance was not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. Attendance for this game was just about 14,500. 14,500 is the attendance. That's not bad. That's better than I thought it was gonna be. I thought we were gonna be barely getting to that 10,000 mark. Now that's above league average, which is kind of what you were hoping for since St. Louis wasn't playing in this game. Thinking orange, I would love if it's orange. Orange again. Orange is my favorite Gatorade color. Yeah, it's a big stadium. It's not going to look that great, but it's still not bad considering that it's St. Louis we're talking about. They don't really show up for outside teams like this. Yeah, most combined points in UFL history. Probably most combined points in spring football history again. We're at 92 points. Perkins in shotgun back to his left. 2 receivers to each side coming back from the commercial break. 1:54 to play. Perkins looking to throw. Pressure coming and ball comes loose. He picks it up. It's sacked. Back near the 47. Oh, and Perkins is slow to get up. He's slamming the turf. I think his ankle got rolled up on. That's tough. I'm not surprised that it was only half the stadium being sold for. Yeah, Michigan will have to call their first time out because Perkins went down. Yeah, and that's the biggest issue, right? If this game is played in Audi Field, is played in Birmingham, attendance will look a lot better at that same number. but it's being played in St. Louis. Because again, they were hoping St. Louis would be in this game again. Perkins to throw on 3rd and 15. Pass left side is caught, gets down to about the 31. That's COC Mariner. And yeah, Perkins is still limping a bit on that leg. That's a tough injury to take. Panthers called the second timeout. That's a tough injury for him, man. Right before being able to sign with the NFL team. Yeah, I would imagine most did travel, which again, that's great. If you got 14,000 people traveling for a UFL game, you're feeling fine. But at the same time, like, it just, I would like them to stop putting all their eggs in a St. Louis basket. Like, I get doing it during the regular season, but you need the championship game to be a good game and to look good on cameras. You're not going to get that without St. Louis making it, and it just can't seem to get over the hump. Perkins pass over the middle on 4th and 3 is incomplete. Looking for Xavier Moore. And penalty marker down now. What's the penalty? As they're preparing the Gatorade bath as well. Oh, hey, what? Hey, that looks like yellow Gatorade to me. Hold on. Did I actually nail that? Damn. That too, as well as the favoritism aspect to everything. After the plays, a personal foul on DC and a personal foul on Michigan. Penalties will offset. And it will be DC ball because those were after the play penalties. So that will just about do it. We have 1:38 to play. Now you're writing this up. We all we have left is the knee downs. As they're still waiting for the Gatorade bath. Jaden Mickens is there. No, put the camera back. Keep the camera on Shannon Harris. Because the second he gets back to the sideline, that Gatorade cooler is going over his head. You have the ability. Why is Tiamu back out there? Tiamu and shotgun back to his right. Two receiving options to each side. Going to jet sweep this right side of Chris Rowland. And that's a gain of 5. And yep, no timeouts being called. Here we go. Here comes the Gatorade bath. Hell yeah. No, Shannon Harris was the head coach for every game this year. He became the interim head coach a week before the season started. And he has led this DC team to a fantastic season. Handoff right side will gain about 4.5. 3rd and short coming up. Well deserved, man. Well deserved for Shannon Harris. Again, if he wants to be back next year for DC, you're gonna welcome him with open arms. If he goes to join Reggie Barlow, that's his choice. Best of luck to him there. I would personally love to see him back in DC as well, looking to repeat. That was San Antonio. That was San Antonio and Peyton Party, who took over in week 4. As there's the final knee down. That wrap things up. The 2025 UFL champions are your DC Defenders. One fantastic season. And again, if this is the final game of Jordan Ta'amu's career, what a way to ride off into the sunset. with a UFL championship game MVP, most likely, with a MVP caliber season, and going out on top on the one of the biggest stage that you can, a championship victory. I am still not fully certain at this moment when the next time I will be live is. There's a chance that it is Tuesday night for Game 6 between the Panthers and Oilers. If not, it for sure will be sometime in the fall, either in August for one of the preseason games or in week 1. So we'll see. And months it might be something in between as well. I'm not sure. If I go live, I go live. But again, we're beginning the NFL offseason coverage next week. Expect that video to be up at probably around Wednesday, I would imagine. As well as we're starting some video essays uploads. Spotflash, I'll be in discussion with you as well as the others about that other thing I want to do for this summer as well. We'll see. Most likely, I'm going to try hopefully start that next week. We'll see. But yep, that will do it for me tonight. Thank you, everyone who has tuned in to these UFL streams. These are always a blast to do, and I will obviously continue them for the NFL season. I do every single Dolphin game. I try to do every single primetime game. A bunch of other games sprinkled in between as well, depending on just scheduling and whatnot. But yeah, we'll be right back here for the NFL season at the very least. But again, thank everyone who tuned in. Hope you all appreciate this UFL season and this UFL coverage. Again, I don't know when I'll be back live. If not for Game 6, it will most likely be for the NFL. But thank you all for tuning in. Or maybe the NBA draft. Another thing about maybe the NBA draft. We'll see. And nonetheless, thank you all for tuning in. I'll see you all next time. Have yourselves a damn good one. Congratulations to DC and Jordan Ta'amu. And peace.